Hello, how are you doing? Thank you very much. Can y'all see what I'm seeing? It's taken me forever to set this thing up, alright. Here we are. Is my audio coming in okay? Good. How are we doing? Star Warrior, Doggy Man, Poppy Playtime Lover. Hi. If you hear that behind me, right? We are currently in the middle of a massive thunderstorm. I wish I could do something about it. Okay. Maybe if I bring the mic in a little bit closer. Is that going to bother people too much? Let me know. Sky, what's up? We good? I'm gonna wait for a few more people to join. Alrighty guys, welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator. You know, I've already done a run through of this game just to see how the mechanics work, but this is going to be my first time playing a full playthrough. I'm not really big for massive speeches or anything, so let's just let's just get going. Start. Hey Doggy Man. Disclaimer. This game is fan-made and is no way officially affiliated or endorsed by Glitch Productions or Gooseworks. All events and interactions in this game are not canon. Unfortunately, you know, I won't be able to rizz up Ragatha in real life. RIP. Please do not reach out or harass anyone on Glitch's production team about this game. This game contains bright flash transitions. Alrighty. I'll try not to die. I don't even know if you can die in this game. Here's game. Welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator. A slice of life styled school setting where anything and everything is possible. Alright. I'm Kane, and I'll be your principal for the duration of your stay here at the amazing Digital Academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher. Become a straight-A student or rule-breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. Awooga. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first, what uniform will you be donning? Alright, chat. Which one should we go for? Should we go for the clean-cut school uniform? Or are we feeling a little explorative? You know, Sailor Moon. Doggy Man, this is the first time watching your stream. Well, this is the first time I'm doing a stream, so we're both in the same position here. Question, what if Pomni abstracted instead of Jax? You know, that's a really good question. I can't speculate, but I might make a video on that, because there's two possible times that could have happened, right? Either right when Pomni joined the circus, or honestly in the last episode. I saw one person, Shane, saying we should do boy. How are y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling about the boy? I had a question. Are you going to continue making more animations related to your what if scenarios? Yes. Yes, I will. There's one scenario, I don't know if I should be talking about it, but I'm planning on doing something very ambitious. And it's not something that I've done in like a standalone short before. Okay, I'm seeing a couple people say we should pick boy, so I'm going to do that. Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you? Should I just put in Burnsy, or should I put in something selected by you? You guys have an idea for a name? Maybe my chat's just a little bit delayed, but I'm not seeing too many name ideas, so I'm just gonna put Burnsy. Okay, this storm outside is crazy. Let me know again if it's bothering you guys. I could try to do something with the audio, but if I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have an official setup. Like, every single video, all the shorts, all the animations, everything, I'm recording them right here in my closet. You know, that's just the art industry for you, putting me right back in the closet, so. Burnsy, huh? Are you sure you like that name? I mean, it's the only name I have. Yep. Alrighty then, Burnsy. Oh, let's head inside. What if I just did the entire playthrough in my narrator voice? Like, hi, my name is Burnsy. I'm a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. Would that get annoying after a while? Nah, I'm just gonna do it in my regular voice. This is more comfortable. Bye, doggy man. R.I.P. My parents moved to the countryside after a vague, tragic event that changed the course of our lives. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today is my first day at this new school. I glanced down at my class schedule. There should be an English 101 with Mr. Kinger, so where's the teacher? Where are you at, Kinger? Hello? As I step into the room to let any other students that might be late to class, to let in any other students who might be late to class, someone else hops in the room. The figure looks like a tall, white piece from a gaming set. Specifically, he looks like a king in chess. You know, I'm wondering if this king could be Kinger. It takes me a moment to put two and two together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be. Hello, my name is... Ooh! Okay, that... You know, it's weird. Kinger sort of lives inside me. Like, I get into character, I'm like, oh, hi, you know. You just have to go up. Hello. I don't think I'm going to do the voice for the whole thing, though. You must be pleased to meet me. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of a genuine sense of excitement. Good morning. On the docket today, we have a new student named... what's your name again? Should we be mean? Should we be nice? Should we be neutral? Which one? I'm waiting on you guys. What what would have happened if Jax, instead of being honest with Ribbit about his past, had been Kinger or Ragatha. I definitely think with Kinger, if she told him all about, everything that happened to her, that, what had she been feeling, I think he would have been able to help. Obviously all that's up to Gooseworks. As for Ragatha, I think she would be too focused on making sure that he was supported, that he didn't feel judged. That would have like the opposite effect and he would feel judged. And then I think he'd go after Ragatha instead of Ribbit. And then that would cause a whole thing, maybe cause a whole falling out with Kaufmo and end up with Ragatha abstracting before Gangle arrived there. I'm seeing people say we should be nice, so. Radio. Go on, take any open seat, Burnsy. Most of our students don't bite. Who bites? And what kind of a bite is it? One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. I take a moment to think of who to sit by. Moment of truth, y'all. Who are we gonna rizz up? I'm gonna wait for everyone to answer. I feel like if we take the Pomni route, then... Nah. I wonder, what are the least taken routes in this? It's gotta be, Zooble or Jax, right? Because I've seen some very, very interesting, very, very traumatic fan art of the Ragatha and Pomni routes, but I haven't really seen anything with Zooble and Jax. What are y'all thinking? Thank you for the hearts. I'm gonna give it about another minute. It's a big choice. It's weird sort of being like the new kid in school, right? I don't know how many times y'all have gotten to do it, but I've done it a few times, honestly. And every single time it's like a whole different personality you take on, right? I'm seeing Sky, she wants Pomni. But yeah, man, being the new kid at a school is rough, but if you've done it, I feel like more than 3 times, you definitely learn how to have a new personality, it doesn't become really that big of a deal, for better or worse, Now moving to a different school in a different state, that's a whole different thing, because then you're in a whole different part of the country, right? And it's like kids talk different, the trends are completely different, man. Like this one time when I was in grade school, I moved schools, and my first school, everything was Pokemon. My second school, everything was Beyblade. So all of a sudden I had to get like a whole brand new Beyblade collection, and I never played that before. But hey, I became like the Beyblade master. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of people want to see. We're going for Pomni. Sorry, Ragatha. I'm taking your girl. I take a seat next to the girl in the colorful hat. Oh, hi. She gives me a shy wave as if she's surprised I want to sit next to her. Hello there. I squint down at her desk. Written on is the name, though I'm pretty sure I heard another student address her as Pomni. Well, that's too bad, because you're gonna be for the rest of the stream. Ignore all the spaghetti coming out of my pockets. It's Pomni. Okay. She says, covering the plaque on her desk with one of her gloves. I don't know about that. Just Pomni. She lets out a sigh. When I first got here, well, it's a long story, but basically I couldn't remember my name, so Kane tried to make one up for me. Yes, go on. For the first few days I was... Are you sure about that? The pilot showed it was like 2 seconds, but go off. How did she manage to pronounce that? But nobody could pronounce that, so we ended up... I'm literally pronouncing it right now. What's the problem? You don't have to hide from me. You can embrace who you are. I'm not going to judge. If that makes you happy, you know, we're all accepting here. Come to think of it, since you joined up, you want to be I understand. Okay, you're not the new one anymore. I can show you the ropes if you're interested. She said my S's aren't working. The ragdoll student at the front of the desk, or at the front of the class, seems to take notice, walking over to our desks. Oh, hi you two. Pomni, are you making friends with a new transfer student? No. Who the fuck? I'm making friends with... It's okay. Hey, Ragatha. Yep, just talking to Burnsy. I forgot about this. I forgot they can actually say your name. Wow. Pomni turns to me. Burnsy, this is Ragatha. She's our class president. She extends a hand towards me. Welcome to our school, Burnsy. If you ever need help with anything at all, I'm your gal. Wow. I mean, you don't have to ask me twice. Can I have your number? I'm happy you and Pomni are getting along. Can I tempt you with a tour of the school later? Maybe Pomni can come along too. What do you think? Yeah, you know, you, me, Pomni? Like, that sounds pretty fun. Pomni interjects. Oh, that's really okay, Ragatha. I've been on one of your tours a few times. I'll, sit this one out. No, I'm scared. What happens on those tours? Are you sure? Well, okay, what do you say, Burnsy? She leans towards me. She trying to rizz us up? Okay, what do we do? Tour sounds great. I'd like to keep talking to Pomni. Can you two jump on my back? I mean, jump off my back. Oh, man. I am an absolute mess right now. What would have happened if Jax and Scratch were the same person? I can't really think of that right now. Because we know they both have different backgrounds, right? I mean, definitely different ages. Different ethnicities, different types of trauma, you know. That's hard to think up. I'm saying we should go for the tour. I'm seeing that from a couple of you guys. Hola, hola, Brandon. ¿Cómo estás? Okay, tour sounds great. We're doing that one. That's just swell, Burnsy. Alright, thank you. Ragatha says with a pump of her fist before leaning over to Pomni. Are you sure you don't want to come along, Pomni? Come on, we'll do like It's okay, you two have fun. Pomni's attention goes back to class as Ragatha has monopolized my time. Well, guess it's just us this afternoon, bro. Oh my... Did we just mess up the Pomni route for Ragatha? Oh well, we're in too deep. Guess so. I was just settling into my desk and getting used to this place when something burst into the room. Kaboom! Principal Kane, how exciting to have you in our class today. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. Kinger, class, how do you do? Principal Kane extends a hand, gesturing to all of us before freezing in place. With a sound like porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slam shut. Random question, right? I feel like Kane's teeth are also sort of like eyelids, but at the same time, his teeth are like on top of his head, right? So by using that logic, if Kane were to ever get, whitening strips done, would that be the same thing as eyeshadow, or would it be the same thing as frosted tips? I don't know. Elgato, I love your content. I feel like you understand the series and different perspectives quite well. Thank you very much. Yeah, this really rekindled a love that I have for animation, and everyone did a really great job. Like, these characters got me through some pretty hard times, as I'm sure they did all of you. I'm gonna keep making videos on it for as long as I can. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth like they're not solid objects. Burnsy, wasn't expecting you here. Where else am I supposed to go on my first day? Manic enthusiasm suffices his voice as he points Kane at me. Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to make this school interesting. Bro, don't call yourself boring, come on. He pauses a moment, rubbing his base of his chin as in contemplation. Yes, English. Is there a reason you're here, Kane? Ooh, hello. Zubul speaks to him like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal of a school. Well, I mean, to be fair, he does like bees. Kane perks up. That's right. The reason I'm here is to make sure we all have an enriching academy experience. One filled with fun, danger, adventure. He begins to list more and more descriptors, increasing his breakneck speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. What would he say? Ball pits, mini golf, more. All that good stuff, and most of all, interesting to our studio audience. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he addressing somebody? There doesn't appear to be anyone outside. Chat. How much do you want to bet this whole game is Kane's manic episode inside the void, all taking place inside of his head? That's right. We deleted you. However, the numbers are in. Students, and it turns out, school dramas are just white noise. Oh my god. Guys, I think either lightning just struck my apartment building or right next to it. That's wild. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. This is crazy. Normally, this is the time that I'd tell you that means the end of school life as we know it. Kane bites his hands in mock horror. The class play along. Kinger plays along, gasping at this revelation. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears. However, my sweet-toothed students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring public interest back to the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp-toothed Bubble next to him pipes up. I can't do Bubble, that's too rough on my voice. How are you bringing interest back to school, Mr. President? Kane shoots Bubble a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later. You see, my little Tomar Emeralds, what's one thing no academy around here has ever had? A cast of colorful characters, a competent principal, adequate funding. Kane shakes his head. Wrong, and surprisingly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a culture festival celebrating the unique talents of its students. So, I, being your benevolent principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy. We gotta keep the interest of our investors, after all. Egads, I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. Alright, Kinger, I'll leave you the list of everyone's responsibilities. You all have 5 days, break a leg or two. Kane? Does that mean we also have to stay 5 nights? Hello? As abruptly as he appeared, Kane darts out of the room, disappearing from view as he heads to his appointment. All right, class, let's see what roles Kane assigned for each of you at the Culture Festival. Kinger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragatha, as the class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues. You can count on me. Zooble, Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We all have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival. I don't know. I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing everyone else. What does that mean, Gangle? Pomni and Jax. Oh. Pomni, Jax, look up what a culture festival is. Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? Nah, I like his idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. If it's anything like she comes up with when she draws Ragatha... Jax! Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thought, pleading with him to stay quiet. The class erupts into chaos as Zooble and Gangle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to find out what a culture festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class to get her classmates to pay attention. For his part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Perhaps he didn't have the rest of his lesson planned and is just waiting out the lunch bell. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and files out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. Man, in high school, I always used to just either sit with my friends, or once I had a car, I would drive off of campus and get like McDonald's or something. And that led to this one crazy thing. Like, it led to a few crazy things happening, but one day I was inside the McDonald's and it got held up by this dude robbing it. So, after my chaotic first half of the day, I'd worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bustling with unfamiliar faces. Around me, there was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I pick up something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit. Still, as I scan the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. Well, yeah, there's nobody here. Okay. I guess talking to Ragatha has made us go down the Ragatha route. So I figure Ragatha giving us a tour, unless there's like a hidden Easter egg in the classroom or something. What should we do? It would be funny if you did a section about what would happen if X character joined the Amazing Digital Circus, like Sans from Undertale, for example. So I've done a couple videos like that. Not with Sans, though. I've done it with Has Been Hotel. I did one with Vox. And I've done a couple videos that I haven't released of Star Wars characters. Like, I did one with Darth Vader. And I haven't done any with Undertale, though. I might consider that. I feel like Frisk joining the circus, or Kara. Like, Undertale, that was really, like, that was my thing in high school, man. Like, before I started doing AUs and videos for the Digital Circus, way before that, actually, this is like 10, 12 years ago, right when Undertale first came out, I had this whole alternate universe for that. Like, I don't know about anyone else, but yeah, there was like, I do that for a lot of things. Anyway. What if the CNA workers swapped join dates with the cast from the show? I might do that. It would definitely be a trip for sure. I feel like Pomni would definitely make it. I feel like Kinger, that would be an outlier, because that would be like a person existing in two places at once, since he's both this cast now and part of the original cast. But I feel like that could definitely be an interesting route, especially if Queenie comes in late and like recognizes him. Oh, what if she like came in late, recognized him, and then told him about like the whole life they had? That would be wild. Okay, we're going with Ragatha. I grab a sandwich from the lunch line and look around for Ragatha. She did want to give me a tour, right? Oh, Burnsy, sorry for keeping you waiting. Did you want to start our tour today? I want to start it right now. Let's go. That's what I like to hear. Let's get started. She starts by leading me to the stairs in the middle of the school. This is the main stairwell. Our homeroom is upstairs, so you need to know where this is to get to class. Thank you. She gives me a friendly smile before realization strikes her. But you probably already knew that, because our class is on the 3rd floor and you'd have to take these to get up here. She sighs, but regains her composure quickly, putting on a slightly less cheery smile as she takes my hand. She walks to the left. Oh, wait, whoa. Can we go back? Can we go back? We're holding hands now, alright. We're already in a pretty good place, chat. What if Bitter Gangle joined the stir? I'm not sure what Bitter Gangle is. I'll have to look that up. W stream, thank you. Back to the lunchroom. This is the lunchroom where you can grab a bite to... She cuts herself off, eyeing the sandwich I'm still eating. Wait a second. She puts her palm to her face. You just met me in the lunchroom. Ragatha, it's okay. You're a flustered mess. I'm a flustered mess. Together we can be half of a functioning person. How about that? So, you've already been here too? She giggles nervously, putting on an even weaker, faker smile. She grabs my wrist with gusto, pulling me along with so much zeal that I feel like she's going to tug it out of the socket. I wince as she pulls me towards towards the next location. Well, I can at least show you our homeroom. We head back outside. We head back outside the lunchroom and are halfway up the stairwell when Ragatha realizes that I was already in the same class as her this morning, so I've already seen this too. Oh, I'm sorry, Burnsy. She pulls at her red, strangely licorice-like hair. I just wasted your entire lunch period taking you around places you already saw at the school. I offer an apologetic, shy smile. It's okay. She sighs again, slumping forward. You must be pretty annoyed with me, huh? Stop. You're doing fine? Breathe. These options, man. We could just like attack her. Just start going in like, yeah, I didn't even get the rest of my lunch break. Yeah, the whole tour was a stupid waste of time. Thanks a lot, Ragatha. It's okay, I know you meant well. Oh. Loki, I feel like if I say any of these top two things, that'll trigger the mother drama, or the mother trauma, and I don't really want her abstracting, so... Yes. Ragatha perks up as if all of her mistakes are undone by my forgiveness. I mean, that's not even like a serious mistake, though. Okay, if you're having a good time, maybe I can continue the tour and excuse you from afternoon classes? I'd love that. I would love that, spend an afternoon with you. We can go off, explore, start a life together up in the country. Nobody will know. Where are we? Principal's office. Kane is leaning against the door, bubbles coming out of his pipe. Oh, okay. I'll see you, Bubble. Isn't a violation of code of conduct to smoke a pipe on school grounds? I don't know, man. I mean, there were a few times in high school where I'd run by guys and they'd be lighting joints in class, so... Whatever. Anything goes. Ragatha, Burnsy, what do I owe the pleasure to? Hey, Kane, I was giving Burnsy a tour of the school, but I wasn't able to give them a full tour during lunch. Can they be excused from afternoon classes so I can show them other places in the school? Kane stops for a moment, then nods. I don't see why not. Now go along, my scrumptious little scholars, and take in the glorious work that is my academy. Ragatha turns to me, taking my hand in hers. Let's not waste any time, Burnsy. Next stop, the library. We visit the library. Row upon row of bookshelves crowd the room. Pomni is sorting through a massive pile of books. Dry, mulcher, migration habits of vultures. Guess she's still trying to find a book on culture festivals. We leave her to it. We also have an art classroom. As we walk to the art room, Zubul and Gangle are working away, designing posters for the school. I peek over Gangle's shoulder. She's drawing Pomni with generous proportions. Oh, Gungle. We love you. Gangle sees me and throws herself over her art. Don't look, Burnsy! Zubul turns to me and glares. She's not done with it yet. Don't you know how impolite it is to look at art before it's done? True. But what are you going to do with it when it's done? Is this like the figurine thing? Ragatha, hide your eyes. Now. Ragatha takes my wrist and begins to usher me out. Sorry. She closes the door behind her and catches her breath. All right, time to show you my favorite spot on campus. We walk for several minutes. She leads me down the staircase all the way outside. Okay, while she's doing that. It would be interesting to see a what-if scenario, what would have happened if Ragatha's mother joined the circus. Disaster. Depends on when she joins, really. But Ragatha's definitely abstracting. Pomni, pretty much everyone is gonna hate her, just based on what we know about her personality. Not good. Not very good things. I see a large patch of dirt in the shape of a diamond surrounded by a chain link fence. Is that That's the softball field. Do you want to play? Or do you play? I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tongue-tied here, but can you blame me? I mean, Ragatha's smile widens. Yep, sometimes I get the other guys out here, but actually Kane has a pitching machine, so sometimes I just go out here to let out stress. If you ever want to join me, let me know. I would love to let out stress together, Ragatha. I file the information away for later. In the distance, the bell dismisses everyone. And now I'll walk us back to the lockers so you can pack up and head out for the day. Well, I guess that's the end of our tour for today. Time to head out. I walk to my locker, entering the combination as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. Completely random, but am I the only one who didn't have a locker for all of high school? Like, when I was a younger classman, right? They all said, yeah, we're saving the lockers for the juniors and seniors. And then when I became a junior and then later a senior, they all said, well, we want the younger classmen to have the best high school experience possible, so we're giving all the lockers to them. And so I was stuck for the entirety of high school, lugging around my backpack, and we only had like the iPads and stuff for the last year or so. So for all that time, I had like 6 textbooks, 6 notebooks, planners, a whole bunch of pencils, fucking Paramita Giza in there, all that stuff. I'm honest, like, half the people from my generation are going to be looking like Quasimodo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like, it was rough on us. Anyone who went to school with an iPad, I'm jealous of you. You're going to have great posture. My mind drifts to the day's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. Hopefully somebody with red hair and a button eye. Well, speak of the devil. Hi, Bernsey. You getting ready to head back for the day? Oh, yes, I am. Why? Ragatha looks around a bit, seemingly working up courage to ask something. You know, if you want to, I could walk you back today. How does that sound? Yes. Yes, can you hold my hand again? You know. She beams. Ragatha and I make our way to the front doors of the school. Hey, Bernsey? She looks at me as if she just remembered something important. This is your first night here, right? Sure. I mean, it's technically my first day here. The sun has barely begun to set, so I don't really know what she's saying by first night. I'll show you to the dorms then. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, I just met you. I don't think we're ready for the dorms. I hate to let her down, but actually, my parents are picking me up. Ragatha gives me a confused look. Are you sure about that, Bernsey? I think I am. I'm not sure why she's questioning that, but as she asks me the question, I try to remember what my parents said about picking me up today. I begin to discover worrying gaps in my memories. Did my mom or dad drop me off? Was it somebody else? What does the car that I was dropped off in look like? Is my name actually Bernsey? What do my parents look like? Where are my parents? What's happening to me? In the corner of my eyes, abstract patterns begin to fade in and out of existence. Oh God, we're abstracting already. It's okay, Bernsey. Everyone gets through this the first day they're here. My breath begins to steady. The abstract patterns fade, things start to feel, well, normal definitely isn't the word, but at least a little more okay. They do? Yeah, it's like this weird thing. Nobody remembers how it works. Most of us can't even remember our own names. Well, at least I remember yeah, I'm coming back from abstracting, sorry. Unless somebody else made that up for me. I mean, nah, that's ridiculous. Honestly, I haven't really seen anyone leave campus, so... What? Just go inside, sleep on the floor of our homeroom? Ragatha laughs. No, Kane actually built us a set of dorms to stay in. She offers a hand. Something to give us a break from the old rigmarole of going from class to class. I take her hand. I'll lead you there. Don't worry. Ragatha smiles gently as she leads me by my hand to a building nearby. What would have happened if Scratch never abstracted? I already made a video on that. What would have happened if instead of Jax, Ragatha became abstracted at the end? Would it be like inside her head? Or what would it be like inside her head? Considering that Pomni would do the same thing she did with Jax. Oh man. If Ragatha abstracted at the end, well, first some things would have had to go differently, but if that happened, then that's interesting because we saw what would have happened in episode 9 if Ragatha abstracted, right? So it's possible to think that Jax would have, vaulted Pomni, just did what he did in episode 9, and then maybe after that, she goes and looks for Ragatha. And inside Ragatha's head, definitely, I can imagine dreams or visions of something like a bunch of people around her, specifically your mother, sort of like what we saw in the nightmare scenario. Just her getting constantly judged, making up worst case scenarios in her head. Just whatever could go wrong in her mind is going wrong. That's interesting. The vibrant red and blue door has to be Pomni's room. Another door with sleek, bright geometric shapes has to be where Zooble stays. I could pick Jack's door out of a crowd. It's darker than the others and crisscrossed with black and yellow striped caution tape. I'm starting to think that Jax did that to himself, making the door. Too soon. Ragatha stops at a ranch-style door before proceeding. "This is my room, Burnsy," she smiles. "I'm the class rep and the RA here, so if you have any trouble with your room or your dorm mates, or if you need anything for your room, I'm your gal." She gives a jovial swing of her arm, sliding her door open. "Okay." "My door's always open." As we stand there, Jax walks by. He gives Ragatha a wicked grin. It would be if I could trust Jax not to put a centipede in my room. Jax gives her an offended look. "Come on, Ragatha, pranking the RA. I can't believe you'd think so little of me," he says, barely hiding a sadistic grin. "Ignore him." She pauses a moment. "And if you don't want to wake up to a centipede in your room, don't let Jax in." Jax lets out a dark chuckle as he overhears her, unlocking his door before stepping inside. She waits a few moments to make sure he's out of earshot before lowering her voice. "But seriously, as long as you're not Jax, you're welcome to come visit me if you need to relax or talk to somebody or just want to stay high." Honestly, this is I know this is not a canon game at all, but it's sort of taken some beats from the actual show. It really is accurate how it's Jax was a jerk, but also everyone just totally turned against him. And granted, reasonable, totally reasonable after what he did to Ribbit and Kaufmo. But also, when everyone turned around and said they'd wished they'd done more, that's one of the most poignant parts of the series, right? Because you never know why somebody acts the way they do. And, it never hurts to check in on somebody once in a while rather than, even if they don't want it, just sit there, respectful distance. Sometimes that company is all it really takes. Let's go find my room, all right? The door is very plain. Brass nameplate. Couldn't come up with a more boring door if I tried. I mean, you could take the nameplate away. Ragatha turns towards me, noticing my disappointment. Hey, looks can be deceiving. Maybe it's really nice inside. I twist the handle and pull the door open. I'm in prison. I would not put my worst enemy in here. I wonder what would happen if I went over to that computer over there and put a headset on. Well, there's a lot of room to customize. She walks around in the vast emptiness of my room, the plain walls making it seem even bigger and emptier than it is. Yeah. I rub a hand across the back of my neck. Can we go back and hang out in your room for a little bit? I really don't want to be alone in here. Oh. I'm really sorry, Burnsy, but Kane doesn't want us in each other's rooms after night. She offers an apologetic smile. I know it's a silly rule, but he says that this is supposed to be a family-friendly environment. He doesn't want us to be in each other's rooms at night. Because God forbid, we do a little bit of gay shit, Hey, what's wrong with that? I technically shouldn't even be in your room right now. Well, hey, I mean, you're here. Whatever happened, I'm following your lead here. The rest of our conversation continues with standing in the hallway. Bye. That's it? Yeah, I mean, you know where my school is, where school is, right? And you remember all the places I took you? It's a lot to take in, but I think I'm good. She nods with a weak smile. Good, that's good. We stand there. The conversation is dried up. Neither of us knows what to say next. That's when you start talking about Pokemon, man. Ask her... Will I see you in class tomorrow? Well, I can walk with you to class tomorrow if you'd like. That's something, at least. Yeah, if you aren't too busy being class rep in RA. She smiles. Well, as class rep, I'm supposed to help the new students get acclimated to our academy, academically, emotionally, romantically. Let's go. So I can definitely make time for you tomorrow. Sweet. Hey, we got an in. Maybe things will be alright after all, chat. What do you think? What would have happened if instead of Jack's... Oh, no, I've already read that one. What if one of the unnamed abstracted humans replaced a character in the show? Well, good thing is, we have names for all of the abstracted humans now. Yeah, the abstracted humans' names, the ones we didn't know, are Glorp, Shrooms, and... what was the other one? Glorp, Shrooms, and Sad Guy. Oh yeah. How's the what if King are abstracted instead of Wormo theory coming along? I'm sort of at an impasse with that because we don't really know anything about Wormo other than headcanon. I definitely have my own headcanon for Wormo, but that might be different than a lot of other people's. So I'm not sure what to do with that right now. That's not to say it won't get done, but there's a lot of stuff I'm working on before I'll get to that. So I'll let you know in a little bit. Zero Aura, hi. What if Kinger wasn't a CNA employee? Well, then he wouldn't have ended up in the circus with, he and Queenie probably wouldn't have ended up in the circus with the original members. So everyone just abstracts. And maybe Kinger and Queenie never enter the circus, or here's a cool scenario, right? What if Ragatha, on the outside world, Susie, what if she was showing Grant and Destiny around in this alternate world, trying to sell them the CNA building, and they all put on the headset and enter together? That would be cool. Another idea could be what would have happened if Kane had been able to restore the abstracted characters. That's really interesting. We know he can't, from what Gooseworks said, but if he could, then just immediately bringing Jax back, especially after that interaction with Pomni, I think she would definitely be changed. Especially if Ribbit and Kaufmo came back. I mean, things wouldn't be cool. Like, they just straight up, they'd hate him or they'd hate her because Jax would be directly responsible for them abstracting. That adds a whole another layer of drama. But Kinger and Queenie reuniting would be really nice. And also Scratch getting to come back and share all the CNA lore with everybody. That would be really cool. It doesn't feel like I was sleeping on. Well, it doesn't feel like I was sleeping long when the lights in my room flash and are overridden by some remote console. Okay, all the lights are on. Confetti is coming out of the sprinkler system. Doesn't that violate a safety code? Yes. Hello, my darling toy boxes, Principal Kane announces from the hallway. Ah, well, time to investigate. Kane, what the? Are you trying to pull at this late at... Okay. Ha ha, Zooble, you mismatched cash piano. You're lucky I even let you get sleep. This, he blurts out in a more harsher tone. I'm here because even with the Culture Fair pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers that the Academy needs us to. Which is why I've secured us a sponsorship. Speaking of, this stream is sponsored by... No, I'm just kidding. I don't got no sponsors. I am all indie, man. He stretches out the last word using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to... Wacky Watch! You see, the vendors for Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience for their product. But now we have the perfect setting, teen drama. But we're adults. I'm actually... Now, Gangle. I know this is a lot to take in, which is why I've already taken the liberty of affixing a Wacky Watch to each of your wrists. You can't take it off. What the? And don't try removing them either, or else they'll explode. They've been stuck on with a special adhesive. If you try to remove them, they'll be taking a little piece of... Hey, I called it. You can hear Gangle beginning to whine as the panic sets in. I think this was a saw trap. I could be wrong. Can't remove the... They can't even remove their arm with the Wacky Watch. That's rough. You see, my turtle doves, in order to secure the funding, we need to make it to day 5 in the Culture Fair, I need you wearing these Wacky Watches at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I won't need all of you to do reads, but it is of paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your Wacky Watches. Good luck with school life. I can't wait to see what you do with the Culture Fair. Bye! Okay, Foxy Guy, what if they got dragged in? What? But they got dragged in by one of their friends. Let her scream. I don't know what that means, sorry. Wild E Gaming, yeah, baby! Sky, I love you too. Thank you. Why does Scratch was the newest comment to... what does Scratch was the newest comment to the circus? I don't know what you're asking. I'll be happy to answer that later. What if Ribbit was a CNA employee? That's interesting. Because she's definitely like, she'd be the most chill for sure, other than Kinger. It'd be interesting to see if she could make it with Kinger. And if so, well, let's think here. She was definitely friends with Ragatha. Ragatha said that in episode 9. I feel like she'd be friends with Queenie too. And I feel like it would come down to Kinger, Ribbit, and Queenie. Maybe with Ribbit's presence there, Queenie wouldn't have abstracted. And that makes a whole new timeline. So, with the sound of breaking glass, Gangle's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face. Tears well up in her eyes. I don't want a wacky watch. Seeing the situation unfold before her, Pomni pipes up. Well, I think it could be useful. And look, Gangle, there's even a picture chat function. Oh no. Pomni goes over to Gangle, lifting her wrist and pointing out the feature. That is kind of nice. Gangle sniffles. Yeah, that's the right spirit, Pomni. Now let's all get some sleep before we start classes tomorrow. Rude. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's door. What the heck? Why is there a wacky watch stuck to my arm? Same. I decide to hide in my room before Jax looks for me. Alright. I flick my dorm light on as I close my door. I check my wacky watch. I got a text from Ragatha. Her portrait is outlined in gold to indicate she's an RA. Fancy. Hey, Burnsy. Ragatha, go away. I'm trying to get some sleep now. I just wanted to check in on you after the whole Wacky Watch thing. Guess I'm doing pretty okay. I mean, I'd be better if you were over here, but you can only have so many things. Showing up to the school, losing your memories, and now the Wacky Watch? It's a lot for anyone to take in. You're telling me. There's a few moments before Ragatha responds. Well, if you ever need to talk to anyone, I'm here. Thanks, I'll have to take you up on that. Oh, really? No. Yeah, it was nice talking to you. That's kind of you to say, Burnsy. Maybe I can make you tea sometime. Ooh. Okay, what's the tea? I like that. Did she just send a smiling sunglasses emoji? Yes. Ragatha can be kind of... What? Okay, what's old-fashioned about a smiling sunglasses emoji? I mean, it's a little cringe, but... We don't stand the Ragatha slander around here, guys. Alright? Day 1 completed. Alright. Now, let's see what you guys are saying. Now, Elgato, now that I think about it, what would have happened if everyone except Pomni had been distracted at the end before Kane returned from being eliminated by Kinger? What would have happened if everyone except Pomni had been distracted at the end before Kane returned from being eliminated by Kinger? I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, abstracted. Okay. If everyone except Pomni had been abstracted, um, that definitely, I feel like she'd visit everyone like she did Jax, and that would definitely put a lot of mental strain on her. But I feel like where Pomni's at by the end of the series, she wouldn't abstract. Maybe in that scenario, she took the torch from Kinger, and it's just her and Kane. Kane tells her about everybody. He makes the circus open world, lets her do what she wants, and Pomni becomes like the new Kinger as more people arrive. What if Kane was a CNA employee? I mean, he kind of was. He was made by CNA. What would have happened if Zubul and Ragatha swapped personalities? Fun fact, Ragatha's Latin American voice actress originally auditioned to be Zubul's voice actress. That's cool. And another fun fact, Amanda auditioned to be Zubul too. I spoke with them really briefly at the Level Up Expo, and I saw their panel too, and I'm pretty sure they mentioned it in that panel. If not, it was somewhere else that maybe I asked them at their booth or something, but they said somewhere that they auditioned to be Zubul and Ragatha, and they got chosen for Ragatha. So that's a cool fun fact. What if Jax arrived before Ribbit and Kaufmo? You know, if that happened, if he arrived before Ribbit and Kaufmo, I feel. Okay, disclaimer, because I keep catching myself here. With Jax, I use all the pronouns, he, she, they. Um, I'm so used to saying he because of how long it's been going on. I'm trying to say she though. We respect people's identities here. But if Jax arrived before Ribbit and Kaufmo, then definitely probably would have made Ragatha abstract. Because the way I see it, you know, she gets close to Ragatha. Ragatha even said she used to be friends with Jax. So they get close. Jax lets her in, immediately shuts down just like he did with Ribbit. And then Ragatha ends up abstracting probably around the same time Kaufmo gets there. I yawn as I awake in my room. The clock on my Hold on, I'm going to take a sip of water real quick. There we go. I yawn as I awake in my room. The clock on my wacky watch says it's morning, but the only way I can tell is from the sliver of sunlight peeking in from my door. I slide my school issue pajamas off and look in the closet, and I find myself recording this video. A series of perfectly pressed school uniforms are there, with a little tag on the sleeve of the nearest one. I take a closer look. What does it say? We have your children. Oh. You've been provided a set of uniforms free of charge. The price of your dorm is also included in your tuition payment. Looks like you and Ragatha are off to an absolutely fantastic start. Good on you for befriending the valedictorian, class representative, and RA. Ragatha has a lot of people she might be building friends with. Ragatha has a lot of people she's almost friends with. That's messed up. But it looks like you two might be building something genuine. Good luck. As I pull my uniform over my wacky watch, I glance down at it. I have a text from Ragatha. Are we still walking to school this morning? I hope so. Where you at? Ready to walk to school with me, Burnsy? Yeah, take my hand. Come on. Oh, you're taking my hand? Even better. Sweet. She's surprisingly warm. I guess I thought she would be cold as the outside. I mean, she is a ragdoll, but she's warm as any human. Did you sleep well last night? I did, but I would have slept better if you were with me. Still up for tea later? You know it. Great, maybe this evening there's still some in the student lounge? Student lounge? The fuck is that? Oh. Oops. Can I say that on stream? Oh, this is gonna get stricken down by YouTube. It's the dorm building. I'll show you tonight. I smile at Ragatha. She seems really eager to make plans, I remember Kane's note from this morning mentioning she has a lot of almost friends. I wonder, maybe she's just lonely. Well, let's get going before we end up late to class. She pulls me along, walking at a brisk? Is that what that's supposed to say? A brisk pace as we head to the school entrance. So, how do you like the school so far? It sucks. Right, well, I'm sure you'll come to love it here. I'm not so sure about that, but I guess I wouldn't really feel it. I don't know. She laughs nervously. Last time I was late, they locked the entrance. I had to wait outside for hours until somebody noticed I wasn't in class. Then Kane had to unlock the doors for me. Yo, you ain't gonna be unnoticed now, don't worry. No, wait, she backpedaled, crossing her arms. It was an honest mistake. As we step up to the school, she turns to me. All right, Bernsey, quiz time. Do you remember where our homeroom class is? No, you're gonna have to show me there and hold my hand some more. Up the main stairs and to the left. That's right, Bernsey. Do I get a gold star? No? Kinger is the only one in the class. Oh, Ragatha, Bernsey, great to see you two are getting along. He glances down at my hand, which Ragatha is still holding. Okay, we got a shot. She pulls it away, embarrassed. No, where are you going? Come back. Just showing them the ropes. The way she pulls back reminds me of how she stepped out of my dorm room last night. I wonder if... No, it's probably nothing. I take my seat next to her, and Ragatha goes back to her cheery self, constantly raising her hand and answering questions as Kinger quizzes the class on his lessons. Ragatha, I love you, but I also sort of get the vibe that you'd be the one to remind the teacher to give you homework. Well, at least she gets along with the teacher. If I ever fall behind in English, I know whose notes to borrow. And I really need those lessons. As the bell to dismiss morning class rings, we get up to leave, but Kinger asks Ragatha to stay behind. I wait for her by the door. They only speak for a moment, but Ragatha nodding before turning to leave. Dramatic pause. Kinger told me Kane wants to meet with me to discuss his expectations for the culture festival. Want to come with me? I nod. I think I'll grab some food first, but I'll meet you there. I grab lunch from the cafeteria before sneaking out to Ragatha, finding her outside Kane's office, tapping her foot. Hi. Oh wait. No, I'm me. I'm not you. She notices me. She looks down at her shaking leg, embarrassed. Oh no, Bernsey, I wasn't impatient or anything. I'm just nervous. Well, hey, Kane can be a bit much. I'd say that's a bit of an understatement. Me personally, I wouldn't really want to get torn up and chewed up and have knives thrown at me, but hey, you do you. Try to get this over as quick as possible. What do you mean by a bit much? Oh, he asks you to host a game night and you say yes. And then he asks you to get all the latest gaming consoles and every board game in alphabetical order, even the really obscure ones. And then you try to say no. He just kind of stares at you. She shivers. That does sound pretty intense. Well, I'm here to help you, so... Go grab some more board games. What are you doing? How do I help? Just help me keep his expectations in check. She turns to the door, nervous. I really don't want to disappoint him, but... I nod again. She definitely comes off as a people pleaser. So I know it sounds weird, and you could totally say no if that makes you uncomfortable, but if you can just, try to talk to Kane, if he comes up with any unreasonable explanations, She looks back at me. I nod. She lets out a big huff of nervous energy. The door flies open, narrowly missing both of us. Well, if it isn't Ragatha and Burnsy again! He smiles down at us, eyes bulging in excitement. Hopefully only your eyes are bulging, alright? This is a family-friendly stream. Kind of. Come! Oh God! Right after this. No thank you, Kate. I'm good. I'm good. Put it away. Put it away. Oh my God. Okay, I know you're God here, but call me Charles Dickens. Because I have great expectations. Please no. Ragatha, get me the hell out of here. You go first, I'll hold him off. He leans back in his chair as we walk in, puffing on a bubble pipe. Again, I'm surprised he's allowed to do that in school, but he's the principal, whatever. You wanted to talk to us about the culture fair, right, Kane? That I did, class representative. He takes the pipe out of his mouth as he leans forward. Yo, Kane, can I have a hit off that? We need a fire eater, a knife juggler, a cotton candy machine, street vendors for every type of Japanese food. I want a realistic reenactment of the story of 47 Ronin, a line of dancing geishas. Young lady, I have heard rumor that the Prime Minister of Japan himself might be in attendance. R.I.P. Shinzo Abe. Well, Kane, Ragatha is struggling. My time to step up is now. Kane, shut up! What do you think? Should we overwhelm Ragatha, or say it's a bit much? What if Scratch and Ribbit swapped places? Well, and Ribbit makes the circus. That's interesting. I feel like Ribbit would definitely stick around, and I feel like Scratch would abstract pretty fast, especially if he was around Jax. What if Pomni and Ragatha arrived at the same time? Yuri. Elgato says, this fan game is really good. I'm enjoying it so much that I'm gonna download it. Yeah, you should. I mean, the creators on this have done a lovely job. You're doing so well. Thank you very much. I'm stumbling over my words a bit. I'm just getting over being really sick. I really appreciate that, though. I know the storm outside isn't doing me too many favors, but hey, I'm doing all this for you guys. Like, if you want me to do something or say something, you know, I'm all down for it. This is all for you. Like, y'all gave me 10,000 subscribers, and I'm just speechless about that. You guys are seriously, like, the best fans ever. The best people ever. You know, I really care about y'all. Okay, so far we got one vote. We got one vote for option 1, which is this, and then one vote for option 2, which is that. Okay, now it's 2 votes for option 2. Alright, we're gonna do that. Ragatha doesn't respond, but nods stiffly. Well, of course, my pupil. I was going to provide the food myself. Principal Kane shakes his head as he regains his composure. He scratches his chin again. But now that I think about it, I don't see a practical way for you to do any of those things I asked for. Is he actually starting to see reason? You know what? You two take the rest of the day off to start planning. I'm gonna completely revamp my plan. Principal Kane laughs maniacally before dismissing us. Go on, you two. Have fun with the rest of your day. I'll be in touch. No thanks. I mean, we might have fun, but you do you. Okay. Phew! She wipes her brow. Thanks for helping me manage Kane's expectations today, Burnsy. Hey, no problem. I mean, the chat did most of the work. You really came through for me. She looks down at me with a warm smile. Since Kane gave us an early day to start on planning, do you want to meet in the student lounge while we go over culture fair plans? Sounds good. Oh. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to use that tone as much anymore. That just sounds creepy. I'm sorry, Ragatha. Great, let's get going then. Come on, Burnsies. Since Kane let us out so early, the weather's gonna be a lot nicer. Huh. Guess I didn't think of that. Hey, you think you can make this thunderstorm go away? I'd appreciate it. We stroll out into the autumn air. It was a lot less cold than that morning. Wow, Burnsy, we haven't had weather this nice since summer. I can't deny the weather's pretty nice. And I know with your help, the culture fair will be a huge success. She jovially swings her arm as she talks to me, just like she was showing me at the dorms. Well, you know, let's at least start planning the fair before we say it's going to be a success, alright? Nah, it's going to be a success. I believe in you, Ragatha. It's just nice to have some help. I was really nervous I would have to organize this whole thing on my own. I take a seat in the student lounge. A cup of tea that Ragatha made me is in my hand. Ragatha went to her room to grab some things, but it's been a while since she left. What you grabbing, Ragatha? Pomni! What are you doing here? Hi, Burnsy. Here for dinner? Dinner? I was actually going to meet up with Ragatha, so get out. Oh, hey. She gives me a friendly wave. I knew I was forgetting something. Sorry, Burnsy. I kind of forgot that me and Pomni make dinner in the lounge every Tuesday. I suddenly feel quite awkward. Am I interrupting something, or no? Actually, what? I mean, if you want, you could join us. I mean, I'm not going to say no to that, but variety is the spice of life. Oh no. I'm blushing. The two of them make spaghetti and meatballs. Pomni pours the sauce into a pot and starts one of the burners up to warm it. Ragatha eyes her nervously. Urifully. Pomni must be a pretty bad cook if Ragatha doesn't trust her to heat up pasta sauce on the stove. No time to think about that, though. I begin to jot down ideas for the culture festival. Oh no! I forgot to grab something to stir the pasta with, she says, clutching her hair. Burnsy, Pomni, can you guys hold things down while I go grab something from my room? Sure. I mean, I'm down just eating it straight out of the can. I'm gonna be honest, that bachelor life. We'll be fine for a few minutes, Ragatha. Thanks. I try my best to hold things down, watching the pasta water, making sure the sauce is heating evenly. But within a few minutes, the student lounge is filled with the unpleasant smell of burning tomatoes. That actually smells really good. I don't know what you're freaking out about. She picks up the jar and looks at it. It says smoky romesco sauce. I think that's how you say it. Maybe it's supposed to smell like that. The smoky romesco sauce bubbles ominously. Maybe if I turn up the heat, as Pomni twists the knob, it goes to maximum heat. Pomni, wait! Kaboom. Uh-oh. The once appetizing-looking smorky romesco turns unpleasant shade of orange, bubbling ominously, popping of the growing bubbles, sends spurts of sauce bouncing out into the pot. I look around. It looks out something of a cartoon witch's cauldron. Just as the chaos builds to a crescendo, Ragatha comes back into the lounge. She's screaming, she's grabbing her hair, she's actually completely calm. No, it's gonna blow. It's gonna blow even again. Oh, uh-oh. I'm dead. Do we get mad at Pomni or say it's okay? Nah, I'm gonna give her a break. I was the one who set the burner high, so it makes the sauce do this, whatever this is. That. I shrug. We all make mistakes, you know? Like, takeout? Yeah. She gives me a meaningful look. Burnsy, your room is pretty open, right? Okay, wait, so this actually raises a question for me. Before we get to whatever's about to happen in my room. The food they get in the circus, right? Like the food from the cafe and the drinks from the cafe. How does that work? Like, is there an NPC in the cafe? Or is Kane or Bubble making everything? Or do they just, like, put their order in and it appears? I've always wondered that. But yes, my room is very open. Cane Dash? Spudsies? I could go for Spudsies. I guess that's fine. I'm down for anything. Well, how about we all get together with the stupid sauce? And, you know, we can make a little circle. We can all wear tie-dye. We can start playing some reggae. We can, you know, dim the lights all. That's a good night right there. Okay. Damn! Okay, wait, how tall am I in this? I'm like towering over them right now. As Pomni and Ragatha exchange jokes and memories about the school, my room feels just a little less empty tonight. I can't help but smile and laugh along with them as they tell stories about how Kinger forgot his notes to class once. Or the one time Kane tried to take them out on a field trip, but the bus no-clipped into the road and ended up in lower orbit. Time passes quickly as we finish our dinner. Oh. Thanks for letting us use your room. I nod. No problem. Burnsy is pretty cool, huh, Pomni? I mean, I don't mean to brag, but I just hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, so hey. Is it really that late? I don't know, is it? Past curfew? Sorry, Burnsy, we didn't even get any planning done. I mean, life is like that sometimes. I know it's a lot to ask, but would you mind waking up early tomorrow? We can go over plans for the culture festival, and I'll even make you some tea. How does that sound? I consider the proposal for a second, then nod. Oh, that sounds good to me. All right, I'll come and get you so we can go to the school bright and early. I nod. I'll be looking forward to it. Me too. Oh, see you tomorrow. Chat, I think she wants us. I think y'all are doing a great job. I think this is definitely going to be the day we're going to meet Rizgatha. Alright, let's see what you guys think. What if Kinger was the only one in the OG cast to abstract? Watch my video. So I've done 2 videos on this now. I'm calling it The Amazing Swapped Circus, and it follows that exact premise. Basically, what happens is all the others band together to care for Queenie, and they all realize how much Kinger meant to them, and they're there for each other. And yeah, I definitely recommend checking those videos out. Which ship do you like more, Funny Bunny or Ragapalm? I try not to get into that because, ships are very important to people, and I don't feel like I should personally have, you know, I don't think I should personally say because all of your opinions are valid. Saul Martin Las Cruces guy? Hi. All right. Uh-oh. Don't come in. Ready for our morning meeting? Coming. I grumble, making my way over to the light switch, flickering it on before pulling on a uniform. I don't even bother to fix the wrinkles in it before pulling it over one shoulder and opening the door. She ain't here. Maybe the real Ragatha was the friends we made along the way. Or maybe she's a part of me. The Amazing Digital Fight Club. To be continued. Hold on, I gotta go check on something. I'm gonna be right back. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, I'm back. What if the moon wasn't an NPC? Well, then maybe Kane would be a lot different. Because there's really 2 options there. One, the moon could be a human. 2, the moon could be an AI that CNA made. In the first one, where the moon's a human, I could definitely see Kane being more compassionate to the cast earlier. Maybe he separates from the blue AI earlier. And in the other option, where the moon is made by CNA, maybe Kane separates from the blue AI just from the get-go. You never know. I look down. Ragatha already has her tea set ready, all packed up in a carrying basket, ready for the trek to school. The entire tea set is made from white porcelain, and it has cute floral designs. It seems to suit Ragatha. You know, a cup of Earl Grey can have just as much caffeine as a cup of coffee, and is less likely to give you the jitters. Yeah, but will it give me a buzz? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Coffee is stronger than tea. And you know what's stronger than coffee? Energy drinks. I am an energy drink gremlin, especially the berry flavored ones. I don't know what it is. Like, you set one of those in front of me and it'll be gone within like 10 minutes. I love, like, it makes me feel invincible. Sorry, I had to pause for the title card. And for like 5 minutes. You know, I've never done hard drugs before, but I feel like energy drinks are the closest you can get. All right, we're heading out. We make our way over to the school promptly. I'm surprised it's even open this early, but here we are. I start heading over to homeroom before bumping into Ragatha walking the opposite direction. Oh, sorry about that, Burnsy. Hey, you can bump into me all you want. That's all I'm saying. Aren't we heading to homeroom? Actually, I was hoping we could go somewhere special. Hey, we can go anywhere you want. You know? You'll see. Watch, she just takes us into like a room covered in plastic. It's like a Dexter kill room. I'm not complaining. Here it is. Now, lay down on this desk while I cut your cheek open, and we'll get started. What is it? Place I go when I feel overwhelmed. Overwhelmed? I know, it might seem like I have it all, might seem like I have everything together, but sometimes I just really need to get away. I mean, I'm the class rep, and the RA. She laughs nervously. If anything goes wrong, it's basically my fault. Even class reps need time off, you know? I nod. Well, if you ever need to share your burdens, I'm here for you too. Really appreciate that, Burnsy. But I'm the one who volunteered to be class rep. As long as everyone else can be happy, maybe I can be happy too. Honey. No. You can be mean to people and be happy. I believe in you. Don't worry about me, Burnsy. I'm tougher than I look. Now let's get to work. Don't want the tea to get colder. I nod. I sit at a spare desk and pull out my school notebook, writing down ideas. Ragatha goes to another desk and begins making tea, pulling a canister of hot water from our travel basket. At this point in the idea process, At this point in the idea process, no idea is a bad idea, so I just let any idea that strikes me flow out onto the page. There are way too many ideas in that sentence. You know, that sentence is a bad idea. Maybe we could have live music. What kind of foods do other students like? Maybe we could ask them, see if Kane can provide them. And if Gangle and Zubul are doing art, maybe we could do an art exhibition, or have them do art to help advertise the stalls. So busy writing down ideas, I almost don't notice as Ragatha comes over with 2 cups of tea, setting one down in front of me. I inhale the smell of the tea. Yum. It smells kind of citrusy and floral, with maybe some kind of vanilla in there too, and, you know, maybe some of Ragatha's lipstick, what? It definitely smells better than the tea I've had at home, which either smelled like straight sugar or whatever else had been sitting in next to the fridge. I can't read that sentence at all because I can't relate to it. I never had tea drinkers in my house, you know? Everyone I grew up with, they were all coffee drinkers, but even then, coffee was like an adult drink for me. I don't know, was it like that for you guys? Because I was not I had my first drink of coffee from a Starbucks when I was 12 or 13. And even then, it was like a big deal. Like, you know, it was like alcohol. Anyway, I take a moment to enjoy the aroma. Oh God. Enjoying the tea, Burnsy. A little too much, apparently. It smells really nice. I take a sip and almost spit it out. That's nowhere near as sweet as the tea I'm used to at home. Still, after a bit, I gulp it down. That's one way to wake up. Is something wrong, Burnsy? She looks concerned. It's nothing. Let's talk about the culture fair ideas. I say, pushing my notebook towards her. She reviews each idea, nodding. These are all pretty good ideas. Don't know where we'd get live music, though. She reads my idea about doing different food stalls, pointing at the line on the page as she looks up at me. Oh, this is a really good one. If we can ask everyone what their favorite kind of food is, we might be able to get Kane to make a stall including all of them. She's certainly free with compliments, but I appreciate her positivity. I try the Earl Grey tea again. Ugh, okay. Nope. This is not canon. I don't know. How do you guys like your coffee? Because for me, I'll be honest, the closer to battery acid, the better. You know, I just put it right under the pot, let the thing go, you know, black as midnight. If I can feel the tar residue on my throat, then I'll know I made the right cup of coffee. I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit of a sadist when it comes to coffee. Just punishing my organs. But hey, it wakes me up. Ragatha? Yes, Burnsy? Do you have any sugar? Okay, no, I don't need sugar. I'm taking that coffee, I'm taking it right to my heart and my liver and whatever else that leads to. You know, the worse it is for me, the better. Just as long as I'm not falling asleep in class. Not canon. So, do you want to hear my ideas for the culture fair? I nod. Well, I was thinking it might be nice for everyone to pick something to present to the culture fair. Pomni could do a historical presentation on different culture festivals. Gangle and Zooble could maybe present the best art they did for the culture festival. I nod. What would Jax do? Wasn't he supposed to help Pomni? That's right, I think he was. Maybe we should just hope he doesn't mess things up for anyone else. She giggles nervously. I nod. So what should we do? If everyone presents something, what's left for us? I don't know. Any ideas? Well, we're planning the festival. Hits me. What if we MC the presentation? For y'all who don't know, MC means Master of Ceremonies. Basically, you get to introduce everybody and make a few really bad jokes that might get you canceled. But not over here, though, because we love everyone. Any jokes I make are all in good fun. If I make fun of you, I love you. And if I don't make fun of you, oh, I love you too. Dun, 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 dun. That's a great idea, Burnsy. More tea? Morty? Oh, jeez. Morty, what are you doing? We sip tea in Ragatha's sweet special hideaway. I could understand why she finds the room so peaceful. No sounds of chaos from the rest of the school. A beautiful ragdoll in front of me. No chance of someone walking in and interrupting the moment, interrupting something very, very beautiful. I don't blame Ragatha for keeping this place to herself. As the hour creeps on, we're both reluctant to go to class. We can make our own class. Hold on. Time flies fast when you're having fun, huh, Burnsy? Do we have to head to class already? We really should. I'd be a pretty bad class rep if I encouraged you to be late to class, you know? Wouldn't want to make Kane angry, right? Right. I had a lot of fun planning with you today, though. Me too. Can we do this tonight? Or... She taps her wacky watch, checking her planner before clenching her teeth. Sorry, Burnsy, I have softball practice tonight. It's kind of the one thing I never let myself skip, you know? I nod. That's too bad. An idea occurs. Wait, Ragatha! What's up? Can I come to your practice? Oh, I don't know, Burnsy. I'm not that good. You don't want to waste your afternoon doing that, right? No, I mean, I could just bring my notebook and, keep brainstorming ideas and maybe write a few love letters and, what? I mean, if you want to, that would be really okay with me. Cool. It's a deal. That's really nice of you to say. I guess I'll be the first time having a real audience. But I'm happy you're going to come out to see me and, meet you after school and we could take a walk around the field, okay? Yeah, that sounds perfectly fine. You can walk me around the field as many times as you'd like. It's okay. She was a little pensive this morning. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. She's probably right. She's tougher than she looks. Right? Burnsy, are you sleeping? After all that tea we had, and all the sugar my character consumed, how are we asleep? Unless we're crashing. Burnsy. Sorry, I'm just not used to waking up early. Please don't hit me. Right, sorry. Guess that's my fault. Before I can reassure her, the bell for lunch rings. I got nothing from that lecture. The thought immediately disappears from my mind as Ragatha excitedly tugs on me to get up from my desk. Come on, Burnsy, we have a lot of work to do. Ruh-roh. Right. I sluggishly rub my eyes before getting to my feet and following Ragatha into the hallway. Alright, we have today and tomorrow to make sure this culture fair goes off without a hitch, she says with an exaggerated smile. So what do you say? Let's check up on the progress everyone made so far. Then we can share some of the ideas we came up with this morning. She punctuates her sentence with a jovial swing of her arms. Hey, all this arm swinging, should really consider joining the Amazing Digital Fight Club. That's all. First, we check up on Pomni and Jax in the library. Pomni mutters to herself as she sits at the library table, sorting through a few books. Hi there. That was Kinger. Hey there, Pomni. Ragatha waves as we approach the Jester girl. Oh, hey, guys. She don't want to see us. We're just here to check up on the progress you've made so far for the Culture Festival. Yeah, I think you and Jax were supposed to find out what a Culture Festival was, right? Definitely one of the weirder things Kane gave out. That shouldn't have been too difficult, right? Hey, I mean, give him a break, me. Jeez. Yeah, you'd think so, she says, returning my enthusiasm. The way her voice trails off at the end of the sentence make me think this won't be as easy as we thought. I can't find any books about anything I need. The library isn't organized in a way that makes sense. I spent all yesterday just taking shelves down to find anything relevant. Ragatha pauses a moment before responding. Oh, wait! I thought Jax was supposed to be here helping you. Where is he? Pomni shrugs. Your guess is as good as mine. He ditched me on Monday. Said it was a waste of time. So you're telling me dude's just been gone from school for like 3 days? Serious? Ragatha clutches her hair before cutting herself off, having an annoyed sigh that seems to move her entire body. I shouldn't even be surprised. The ragdoll straightens her blazer, trying to compose herself again. Well, Pomni, Burnsy and I were thinking of having everyone present what they've been working on this week. We were hoping to be able to present a historical presentation with what you found, which is, She pauses a moment before mumbling out the rest of her sentence. Nothing. Right. Pomni shakes her head, gathering what few notes she has, spread across a mess of notebook papers. Don't get me wrong, it sounds like a fun idea, and even if I had a single book on the subject, I could probably put something together right now. No, I understand, you're right, it was silly to even ask. An awkward silence commences. I decide to break the tension. What's up? Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, we can check on Zooble and Gangle. Let's do that. Let's do it. Well, it's clear Pomni's frustrated at the situation and not at us. I can't help but notice Ragatha sag a bit as we leave the library, her formerly undefeatable enthusiasm now dented. Hey, I can't believe Jax would just leave Pomni to sort through the library on her own. She cuts me off before I can reassure her. I personally don't find it difficult to believe, but I understand she's just venting. Who knows what he's even doing right now? Probably trying to mess everything up for the rest of us. Or maybe he's, abstracting inside of his room. Okay, what do we say to her? Option 1 or option 2? While y'all figure that out, I'm gonna read some of the stuff here. What if Jax never abstracted? Kinda difficult to say. Definitely all of episode 9 goes different. Maybe, a good point of divergence for that would be her opening up to Pomni in that one scene where she approached her right before she abstracted. Maybe she tells her everything and tries to do the whole, if you tell anyone, I'm never speaking to you again. And then Pomni calls that out immediately and says, no, that's BS. And then maybe they hash things out and Jax gets really angry for a bit, but ultimately comes around and eventually transitions after Kane comes back. Have a nice, happy ending. Again, sorry, I don't know what bitter Gangle is. I really don't. It would be interesting to see a what-if scenario where Gangle and Kaufmo swap places. I already did that. Well, not that exactly. What if abstraction was the thing? Or what if abstraction was not a thing? I actually made that. It was a couple months ago, but I might update that since I've seen a lot of people requesting the video, even though I've already made it. Long story short, there's like 15 humans in the circus. Knowing what we know now about Ribbit and Kaufmo and all them, I might remake it just to reflect everyone's updated personalities. It would be funny if they made a Halloween update and it was Gangle as a yandere for Zooble in this game. It would be. It would be. Okay, we're going for the second option. As far as Jax, you don't have to worry, I'm here. I won't let him mess anything up. I give her a reassuring smile. Ragatha returns my smile with a tired one of her own before nodding. Yeah, you're right, Burnsy. Thanks. We're not beat yet. A little enthusiasm seeps back into her expression. Let's check on Zooble and Gangle. Entering the art room, Zooble and Gangle are completely engrossed in their own artworks. Hey guys! Ragatha manages to summon her usual cheery tone. Huh? Oh. Hey Ragatha and Burnsy, what's up? We're just checking up on your progress for the culture fair so far. Ragatha wanders over, peering over Gangle's shoulder. Gangle seems completely unaware. Well, we've been working on posters and promotional stuff for the moment. Yeah, it looks like you guys have been busy. Wink, wink. We all saw what you were doing behind the door in episode 9. I look over at Ragatha, whose face has gone white at Gangle's drawing. Ragatha? Ragatha jumps out of her state, alerting Gangle of her presence. Oh! Ragatha! Burnsy! Gangle covers her drawing with her ribbon arms, though it's much too late, as Ragatha has already seen it. That's, interesting drawing there, Gangle. Are you hanging that up for the culture fair? Ragatha's cheeks are now burning red. Gangle gives her a shy smile before nodding. Yeah. That was the plan. I walk over to see what the hubbub's about. Zooble follows me. We all crowd around Gangle as we eye her drawing. Good lord! Oh, wow. Wow! Goongle strikes again. Alright, I'm definitely going to be taken down if I show this for much longer. A familiar figure with curvy figures in a risque pinup pose, holding a sign that says, Culture Fair, this way. Why is the culture fair wet? Why? Is that supposed to be Ragatha? Huh? Her expression goes pale. No way. Gangle clutches the drawing protectively. Gangle? I gotta say, this might be on par with the action figure incident. Holy moly is right! Ragatha blushes even more, realizing the drawing was indeed meant to be her. Well, just don't know if that's really appropriate for... She trails off. So, you're saying I can't hang up any of my pinup series? How many of these have you made? Can I see them? You made a series? Ragatha manages to mask her apparent dismay with false enthusiasm. I can tell, but based on Gangle's own excited smile, the latter does not pick up on it. Gangle unveils a slew of risque pinup characters. Let's see them. Ragatha's face flushes with humiliation at the images. Oh, maybe if they're toned down a bit. Let me see. Zooble scratches their chin before chiming in. I don't really see the problem with them. Zooble, girl or person, I get that you're trying to be there for your girl, but come on. It's mostly tasteful, artistic unity. Artistic nudity, you know? I mean, of your friend? I don't know, chat. Do you guys go around making goon bait of your friends? Can't say I ever have, but to each their own, I guess. I mean, go off. I don't know if Kane will be okay with, She stumbles over her words. It might be a bit much. Zubul rolls their eyes. Well, who cares what Kane wants? Ragatha's lips tighten at Zubul's flippant response. I decide to change the subject. So, Zubul, Gangle, me and Ragatha were thinking about having you guys present some of your art at the culture fair. Maybe talk about the techniques you used and your inspirations for your favorite pieces. Preferably the pieces that aren't about my girlfriend. Okay. Zubul agrees easily. But present my art? Like, in front of people? Yeah, just a few pieces, nothing too intense, I promise. Gangle looks unsure. I don't know. Ragatha opens her mouth to try to further convince Gangle, but is beaten by Zubul's interjection. How about we get back to you on that? Ragatha looks at me before offering a weary smile to Zubul. Sure, I'll check back tomorrow. No pressure, guys, it's supposed to be fun, right? She laughs nervously, but Gangle and Zubul look on. Wow, that was something. Look at Ragatha's eyes. She's scarred for life. I'd hate to say anything troubling. And here comes Jax. The purple bunny makes eye contact with us. His eyes widen for a moment, then he immediately turns to turn down another hallway. But Jax is already too late. Ragatha has locked in. Jax! She shouts with a loud voice, angry enough to silence the other students in the hallway. What other students? Me? The purple bunny stops dead in his tracks before turning his head and batting his eyes at us. Yes? His tone is dripping in sarcasm, but nonetheless Ragatha marches up to him. You were supposed to research culture festivals with Pomni in the library. Why haven't you been doing that? Jax looks up, pretending to ponder before shrugging coolly. Oh, that's easy. Because this culture fair thing is dumb and I didn't want to do it. Ragatha huffs. Oh, so you just leave Pomni to do it all by herself. Hey, I offered Pomni to ditch with me. She didn't take the offer. That's not my fault. He grins back at Ragatha, intentionally needling her. Do you realize how selfish you sound? I take a step forward, but the argument has already started. They're swinging, they're pulling hair, they're pulling ears. Ragatha's asking me to hold her earrings. Oh God, what's happening? Ragatha, get off of him, Jesus. Seriously? Selfish, huh? Why do you care so much about this stupid festival? He says, only half joking. Well, obviously because... He cuts her off before she can get another word out. Because it makes you feel important. Like you need to be. He throws up his hands in mock surrender. Go ahead. Feel important. But don't pretend I'm the one being selfish. I step between them before it can escalate anymore. They both have black eyes. They're both drooling at the mouth. Bloody noses everywhere. Oh, God. He looks down at me before scoffing. Especially now that you've got Burnsy fooled, too. He looks down at me with a smirk. Don't worry, kid. Your damsel's not in distress. He pauses as Ragatha huffs, searching for words to defend herself. She came at me, remember? I mean, if there was a fight, honestly, Ragatha would win. He leaves. We stand in a silence for a moment, Ragatha's anger fades to regret. She buries her face in her hands before pulling them back to the sides of her face. Hey, are you okay? I mean, you beat the living piss out of him. She gives me a tired smile. Yeah, I'm good. Tougher than I look, remember? And apparently stronger, damn. She gives me her best happy face, but I'm not convinced. Yeah, I know, but I still have softball practice, remember? She says, changing the subject quickly. I'd almost forgotten about that. Yeah. You're still coming, right? I mean, yeah, just don't hit me. She says, a hopeful look in her eyes. I give her a warm smile back. Wouldn't miss it. Examiner, what's up? So, are you organizing a team, or I trail off? Oh, there's no team or anything. What? I mean, sometimes I can get Pomni or Gangle or Zubul or all the people who live in my head to join me, or Kane as us play a pickup game with NPCs, but it's usually just me out there. You're gonna be the first person I've taken to join me for practice in a long time. Not since Ribbit. Not since, I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. Honestly, I've kind of become used to practicing on my own. It's peaceful. Sometimes I just stand out there in front of the pitching machine and I just practice my swing until my problems feel smaller. As far as ways to deal with stress, that's not the worst. Especially after everything that happened today. Sounds like she might need it. The more I hang out with her, it's hard not to notice how lonely she seems. Well, I really want to go out there and watch you today. Come on, Burnsy, don't just say stuff like that. You're gonna make me blush. Well, it's true. And who knows, maybe I'll like it so much that I join you for practice more often. How does that sound? Oh, it would be nice to have someone else out there. She trails off. As long as you're sure that you're not just doing it to try to make me feel better. I really want to go out there today. Maybe if I get to a good place and taking my notes, you can show me the ropes on the field. I'd like that, Burnsy. We start heading out that way before Ragatha stops. Oh, I forgot to change into my uniform. Do you mind meeting me out on the pitch? You remember where it is, right? I nod. She nods back at me, smiling. Good. I'll see you out there. Ooh, beautiful color. Look at that. The sky is a deep orange and clouds are bruised purple. I wait a few moments on the bleachers, then Ragatha shows up in her softball uniform. Okay, before we see softball Ragatha, I'm gonna check on you guys. How are you doing? What if Ribbit never became friends with Jax? Then she'd definitely live to be a part of the series and probably hook up with Pomni. What if the jester from Gob joins the circus? I don't know what Gob is, sorry. What would have happened if Pomni had arrived at the circus at the same time that Jax, Ribbit, and Kaufmo were friends? Something Yuriful. Elgato says holy moly. Which part? Alright, let's see what Ragatha looks like. Oh, wow. That's a nice outfit you got on there. Hope you weren't waiting for too long. I know it's a bit chilly. I shake my head, reassuring her. She makes her way out to the field, setting up a pitching machine as she makes conversation. So, how have your classes been going so far? I mean, I've been sleeping through most of them, I'm gonna be honest. This school sort of sucks, like... She laughs. Well, you should try to pay attention in them. As your class rep, I'm sort of supposed to be in charge of you, your academic success, so it would look bad if I didn't encourage you to pay attention in all your classes. Yeah, but I mostly just look forward, I can't even say it. I just look forward to hanging out with you, girl. Ragatha goes quiet for a moment. Oh, well, I look forward to that too, but you should still pay attention in class, I'll try, but I'm too busy paying attention to that beautiful button eye of yours and that licorice hair. All right, Burnsy, I'm all set to start. You okay in the bleachers? I nod, pulling out my notebook and starting to go over our plans. We forgot to ask the other students which food they want at the Culture Festival. Plus, Ragatha and I need to work on our jokes as we MC the event. That's if people decide to present. The more I look at all the ideas we agreed on, the more I realize that we're going to need to cram multiple days of work into tomorrow. Oh yeah, because you know what they say, there's no nation like procrastination. I glance up. Ragatha is squared up at the home plate, body wound tightly as she holds the bat ready. Whoa, dang. A cool wind blows. This art is so beautiful. I don't know who drew this, but props to them. This looks fantastic. She loads the softball. I want to look down at my notes and start making a plan, but I can't keep my eyes off Ragatha. The first ball shoots out, and her body uncoils, her gleaming aluminum bat swinging forward to meet the ball. With a sharp crack and metallic ping, the ball goes flying. One hit like that would be impressive, but Ragatha keeps winding back up, her bat meeting each softball and sending it flying. She finishes a set and is already panting. I'm over here panting too. Hey, Burnsy, if you're not taking notes, would you mind helping me collect all the softballs? Yes. I nod, getting up from the bleachers and collecting the softballs from the outfield. I help her load them again. The second time around, I managed to make a few more notes about the Culture Festival, but I'm still pretty much mesmerized by Ragatha. She finishes the set by sending a softball sailing over the far fence. Hey, Burnsy! Yeah? I'll get the balls, I say preemptively, happy to help. Actually, I noticed you were watching me. You want to take a turn? Oh, with you? Come on. I bet you can do a pretty good job. Besides, I can check your notes and see if I have any ideas to offer. I ain't telling her no. I'm getting right up there. Give me the bat. Give it. After we load up the machine, she leans against me, putting a hand around my waist. Oh, dear Lord, Ragatha, what are you doing? Don't stop. You gotta kind of stick your butt out and then just want to wind up your body and square your shoulders. Yeah? She reaches up to my shoulders. And don't be so stiff, Burnsy. Just let yourself move. How about you show me a few practice swings first? Okay, can I swing myself into your arms, or... I practice the motion. Ragatha gives me a few pointers. Before walking over to the pitching machine and turning it on, she gives me a few slow, underhand lobs. After a few swings, I get a good feel for when to hit the ball and where to aim my bat. But I'm really just thinking about her. Good job, Burnsy. Ready for the machine? I nod, squaring up to the plate. Ready. Could you come over here and help me hit, or... With a whirring sound, the machine turns on. It's getting close to dark, so I squint my eyes, leaning forward a bit. Burnsy, don't lean so far forward, you might get... are the last words I hear before the softball comes rocketing out of the machine and slams into my head. Well, chat, that's the end of the stream. Good luck, we died. No, I'm just kidding. The world goes black. I wake up in an unfamiliar room. A cyan mannequin leans above me. Is Burnsy okay? How did you get changed so fast? Well, they are pretty badly concussed, but I don't think they should be going anywhere alone. Nonsense! I'm fine, I'm better than ever. Woo! Oof! Burnsy, please be careful. The mannequin rolls his eyes. You shouldn't have assumed you were in good condition to walk just because you felt okay lying on the bed. But the school is closing soon, and this healthcare ain't free, so Ragatha, take Burnsy back to the dorms. If he makes it, he makes it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Hey. She lifts me up and props one of my arms across her shoulders. Let's get going, okay, Burnsy? Okay, Ragatha. Let's go get some of the alright, man. I'm okay. I make my way out of the clinic on unsteady legs. As we make our way out of the school entrance, I'm really grateful to be so close to her. She's so warm. Hey, Ragatha? Don't mention it. Guess this means I won't be seeing you at softball practice in the future, huh? I wouldn't say that. Really? I put on a brave face, but I can't help but stick in air as we keep limping towards the dorms. The softball hit me pretty hard, and I still have a pretty bad headache. I'm also pretty sure there's a giant hole in my head, but we'll get past that. You know, they used to call me One-Eye Burnsy. Take it easy, okay, Burnsy? She says, helping me up the stairs as we arrive to the dorm building. As we do, I press a hand to my face and I say, black eye? Or just a purple button? I think I'll keep that one to myself. She leads me down the hall. She pushes the door open without a second thought, lowering me down onto the bed. Are you gonna be okay, Burnsy? I mean, I think so, but I'd do a lot better if you stayed over and, you know, we could talk and do each other's hair, and if I'm not okay... I mean, this is a special case. It is. If you need me to stick around, I think Kane would understand. I mean, hey, I wouldn't mind some more tea. Some Morty. And maybe a little bit of Rick, and... She returns swiftly, bringing me a steaming cup. The cup of tea she pours me this time smells herby and kind of sweet. Sort of reminds me of the smell of apples as I inhale the aroma. Oh, that is apples, and that is a little bit of cyanide. What? This smells nice. What's in it? Chamomile tea. It's good for relaxation. I take a sip. But sorry, Burnsy. I haven't had time to restock on sugar. Burnsy? It's okay. I'll manage. I smile back at her, sipping the rest of the tea. My eyelids feel really heavy. Ragatha, what did you put in this? Ragatha puts a hand on my shoulder. Thanks, Burnsy, for everything today. I'll be right here tomorrow morning to check on you and take you to class, okay? Okay. Thanks, Mommy. 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 The words. The words. On how she... Well. Sorry, I meant, Thanks, Ragatha. Mommy, don't mention it. Sweet dreams, Burnsy. Oh, not sure what her reaction was about. I mean, we didn't say anything weird. We're completely normal. I can't fight sleep off any longer. That is day 3. All right. What if... Wait. Looking at your comments here. What if Sad Guy was one of the original CNA developers? I don't know. We don't really know anything canon about Sad Guy, but it's my headcanon that they abstracted after literally their first adventure. Like, they got there, were like, I'm out. What if Jax never confronted Ribbit? I mean, then Jax might have gotten over her trauma, might have transitioned, allowed herself to transition, and probably stuck with Ribbit. I feel like you've asked that before. All right, let's get on to this. Yo, we got 11 people in here right now. That's awesome. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. I wake the next day to knocking on my door. Hold on. All right. Burnsy, you ready to go to school today? I get up. Immediately lay back down. Yeah, give me a... I try again. Before I can protest, the door flies open, and Ragatha bursts in. Burnsy, you're still hurt? No, this is my fault. No, right, I'm fine. I won't lose my mind. I won't get the satisfaction. I'm no abstraction. You're clearly not fine, she says, lowering my head back down on the pillow. Oh, this is all my fault. If I hadn't asked you to join me for my stupid softball practice... Hey, I had fun. Don't beat yourself up. I'm the one beat up. You're not the one beat up. Well, you can't go to school like this. Ragatha, come on, I can make it, and I can. I say, gritting my teeth as I manage to push myself up into a sitting position, still missing half of my head. Burnsy, stop. No, come on, we can go out onto the field and look for the other half of my head. Come on. It's okay, I'll write you a pass for today. You can stay here, and I'll take over organizing the culture festival. I don't like the sound of that. Can we at least walk to school together? You want to go to school today? I shake my head. Hell no! But we should probably follow up with the nurse. She paces the room a bit, muttering to herself. Okay, but I'm gonna walk you. I'm gonna walk you there myself, okay? I nod. Ragatha helps me off my bed, and I get to my feet, managing to pull my shoes on. As we head out the door, I lean against her. I can't deny it's nice to have someone warm to lean against during the cold autumn morning. Between the cold and the dull throb in my head, I decide to give in and just lean into Ragatha, nuzzling into her. Burnsy, you... she gasps. Oof. Oof. You were pretty bold, huh? Born? Paulina, you are not... Well, you're missing us, the Rizgatha arc. That's what you're missing. But hey, it's never too late. You're here now. That's all that matters. She pulls me in a little closer. Oh, I wouldn't want you to freeze. She chuckles nervously. Come on, let's get you to Nurse Ming's office. Wait, no. No. I wanted to stay there with you. Oh, hey, Burnsy. Doing any better today? Well, Ming, that's pretty bold of you to assume I'm doing better, huh? Earth? Nurse Ming shakes his head. It may be time to get Kane involved. But until we can locate him, I'm going to need to keep Burnsy under observations and do some brain scans. That's bold of you to assume I need observations. Brain scans? Did this game predict the series? Will they be okay going to class? Nurse Ming shrugs. I don't know. And I don't want to assume anything until the brain scans come back. But we are brain scans. Hey, Burnsy, I'll go ask everyone about their favorite foods and organize the culture festival today, okay? Perfect. Even in my concussed state, I feel like that's a good idea. Weren't we supposed to work together on that? Wait, Ragatha. But before I can protest, Nurse Ming eases me onto a bed. Oh! Okay, I guess we're risen up the nurse now. I'll be back for lunch, okay, Burnsy? Maybe if you're feeling better, we can eat together. Wait! Ming, stop! I appreciate you, but I don't want you to assume that there's anything here going on besides doctor-patient relations, you know? Like, I appreciate it. You know, you sound like Markiplier, but you're just not my type. Till we know what the damage is, we can't rule out anything. But I can focus on myself. I can't let her take this on alone. I have to help Ragatha. My eyelids flutter closed. Culture fair. I come to in Nurse Ming's office. As my vision unblurs, I can see our strange principal. Egads, a student in peril! He looks down at me. Principal Kane? Me! He does a little flourish in the air, then freezes there, smiling upwards at some indeterminate point for a few seconds. Kane? How are you doing that? Kane? I don't know. Call a doctor. A doctor? No, a scientist. Call a scientist. I break the awkward silence. What are you doing here? Why, I'm fixing you up. He smiles down at me with his terrible teeth. He produces a heavy-looking plastic mallet. And a 1, and a 2, and a... No, wait. And yet, just as the hammer connects with my aching head, suddenly, everything goes right. Huh. That worked? Well, mostly right. My thoughts still swim about my head as a disconcerted mess, but I'm at least able to get my bearings and stand up. Thanks, Kane. I'm feeling a lot better, buddy. You really should stay for observation. You shouldn't just assume you're alright without being absolutely sure. There's no time for that. I need to find Ragatha and help her with the culture festival. Now! I wander through the halls. She could be anywhere. She could be on Mars. She could be on Jupiter. She could be on Neptune. eventually I make my way to the library. Ragatha isn't here, but Pomni is. Maybe Pomni will let me know where she is. Pomni, where is my girlfriend? Oh, hey. She winces as she looks at me. Do I really look that bad? I was just wondering if you knew where my waifu Ragatha was. Are you sure, Burnsy? That bump on your head looks like no joke. If I don't help her, I can't think of anyone else who will. This is life or death here, Pomni. Come on, give me an answer. What is it? Well, to be honest, I haven't seen her all day. Huh? What? Not even in homeroom? She shakes her head. That's not like Ragatha. I feel like I might know where she is. Thanks, Pomni. No problem. She almost waves me off before stopping me. Oh, and if you do find Ragatha, could you give me your number? Or you could just let her know that I found a book on culture festivals, so I'll be able to do a little presentation, like you guys asked before. She gives me a small smile. Sorry if I wasn't really helpful yesterday. I return her smile. No worries, I'll definitely let Ragatha know when I find her. I almost turn to leave again before I remember. Oh! Pomni, did you find any snacks or food requests for the festival tomorrow? Pomni blinks at me before scratching her cheek. Oh, maybe some pretzels or something like that? I nod and take the mental note before heading back out to find Ragatha. I hope she's alive. I hope so too. Where was it again? I try to remember the way, realizing how truly massive this school is. After searching around for a bit, the familiar abandoned hallway appears before me. I walk right to the door of the disused classroom Ragatha showed me yesterday. She's inside. I can't imagine why she's here. I gently open the door. Hey, Ragatha. She looks up. Oh, Burnsy, it's you. That didn't sound too enthusiastic. Still, I take a seat next to her. We sit in silence for a while. Eventually, I decide to make the first move. Are you, doing okay? She doesn't answer, but she tightens her grip on her own forearms in a sort of self-hug. I'm fine, Burnsy. Really? You should go, hang out with everyone else. I'm sure they'd like to be spending time with you right now. Well, I want to spend time with you right now. Why? She cuts me off. Shouldn't you be more upset with me? I hurt you pretty bad and could barely do anything to help. I push back. Is that what's bothering you? I'm not upset at you at all. She pauses a moment. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. There's something else wrong, isn't there? It's not like you to just avoid everyone. I move a little closer. You can talk to me, Ragatha. She huffs a resigned sigh. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. Especially not you. I let those words sit in the air between us for a bit before continuing. Well, I do want to talk about it, Ragatha. She looks at me, pain in her eyes. Please. Well, me and the other students, we, don't get along. Well, not as much as I'd like to. I want to put a hand on her shoulder, but resist the urge. Me and Jax used to be on better terms, but things changed and got complicated. Gangle has Zooble to hang out with, so they're never available either. Even when I tried getting closer to them, they just pulled away. Well, what about Pomni? You guys have a lot of chemistry. And I see the way she looks at you. Pomni, for a while I thought we were going to be super close, you know? But these days she just seems so busy. And Jack's gotta be your partner for the culture festival. It's like I'm constantly fighting for her attention. Ragatha withdraws into herself even more, almost curling into a ball. It just gets old getting left behind by other people, you know? She pauses a moment. It's like everything she said about me was true. She? As if Ragatha read my thoughts, she continues. My mom. She was a lot. I mean, nothing was ever good enough for her. And she would constantly pick me apart and tell me I wasn't going to amount to anything. That no one would put up with me. The tears flow freely, and I lean forward as she rests her head on my shoulder. Ragatha, I'm so sorry. It's so hard, you know? She manages between sobs. Never feeling like you're enough, and no matter how hard you try, you just push people away. It's hard to feel like you're enough when every time you get close to someone, they just find someone else. It's okay. Hey. Let it all out. It's going to be all right. Thanks, Bernsey. I feel a lot better. She looks up at me. You're a really good listener and really good friend. I care about you a lot. And I think you mean a lot to a lot of people around here. I think if everyone knew how lonely you felt, they'd all come together just to try to cheer you up because they love you. You think so? I nod. Well, maybe not Jax. Yeah, probably not Jax. I don't even know why I told you all this. It just feels like, I was getting really close to you. Is that okay? How do we feel, chat? Scene. Which should we choose? I'm getting the vibe that I feel the same way. What do we think? It'd be messed up to friend zone her now. Just can't stop thinking about you. Yeah? Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but... Well, maybe we don't have to decide what it is. Not right now, at least. Maybe the best thing we can do is just focus on being there for each other. At least until we're finished planning the culture festival. Sure, we can avoid putting a label on things until we get the culture festival stuff sorted out. Good. You're really sweet, Bernsey. I'm really lucky I have someone like you around. Well, hey, I'm not going anywhere. This great marquee is the only place we're ever gonna be. So we might as well strap on in and take it on the chin. And besides, you walked up to me while you walked me home after I got a concussion. Only after I put you in front of the pitching thing without a helmet. Maybe so, but still. What do you say? Let's finish organizing this festival and maybe grab something to eat and maybe, continue what we were doing before the pitching thing. Ragatha nods in agreement. And, I talked to Pomni earlier. She said she found a book on culture fairs and she thinks she'll be able to do a little bit more about our presentation. Really? Yeah, so now we just need to check in with Goongal and Zubul. Ragatha wipes her eye. Thanks, Bernsey. I don't know how I'd do this without you. Let's just be grateful you didn't have to. Wow, I kind of sound like an asshole right there. Hi, Spirit. You're walking in on something, but that's okay. We are accepting you. You are welcome to join this, whatever this is. We enter the art classroom once again. We can see there's already twice as much art as there was the day before. Gangle and Zooble look like they're gathered it all up to start hanging. Hey guys, we're back! Ragatha smiles awkwardly. Huh, look at all this art. Zooble turns to us, arms full with a hefty stack of papers. Thanks, Birdsey. We step deeper into the room, looking at all the pieces they worked on. Ragatha takes notice of a familiar piece from the other day. Okay. Ooh. Alrighty. There's that. Thanks, Gangle. Oh, is this the same one? Gangle approaches cautiously, a smile on her face. I took your advice and tried to make it a little more, appropriate. Is it okay? Ragatha has a relieved expression as she nods. Yeah, thank you. Gangle smiles at the assurance. Oh, and I decided I'll present my art with Zooble at the Culture Festival. Ragatha and I share a surprised look. Are you sure? I don't want you to do anything that'll make you uncomfortable, Gangle. Gangle nods. Public speaking isn't really something I like, but... She smiles up at us shyly. I want to contribute just as much as everyone else. Even if it's a little scary. I can't help but let out a little sigh of relief. That's one less burden Ragatha and I have to deal with. Yeah, Gangle. Besides, I can present my pinup series. Gangle smiles at us cheerfully. Okay, looks like both down to present tomorrow, so I'm gonna let you guys do whatever you need to do, and oh, by the way, do you want some food for afterwards? They look at each other for a moment, pondering my question. Ramen! Kebabs. I jot down their requests in my notebook before turning to Ragatha. Thanks, guys. You did a really good job. Gangle and Zooble nodded us appreciatively. We both head out for the day. I look down at my notes before turning to Ragatha. Hey, it looks like everything's going to plan. I've got the food picks. Everyone's on board to present. All that's left for us is MC. Ragatha huffs a relieved sigh. I just hope Kane is satisfied with it, she says wearily. And I am! Kane pops into existence in front of us, as if merely speaking his name summoned him like Beetlejuice. We both jump at the sudden appearance. Congratulations, Bernsey and Ragatha. You two have put your blood, sweat, and tears into making sure this culture festival goes off without a hitch. It's a pretty big responsibility to keep all your classmates in check and make sure they stay to task, but you did it. He gives us a big, exaggerated thumbs up. And for that, you both get super duper extra special prize. He flourishes in the air, confetti popping out of nowhere. Special prize? That's what I said, special prize. For one night only, you two get to choose a sparkly new location to spend some much-needed wind-down time from the week. As he finishes saying this, his mouth stretches wide open. With a sound like an old fax machine, he produces a piece of paper with a golden certificate of accomplishment. Ragatha and I look at each other. I take the paper. It smells vaguely of cotton candy and is somehow completely dry. Where did it come from? That sounds nice. Any ideas on where you'd like to go on this fine evening? Kane pushes, returned to his normal state. Ragatha looks over at me. Did you have anything in mind? Hey, you can choose. Just don't take out half of my head this time, alright? Are you sure? Yeah, I'd prefer to have my head intact, please. Oh, okay, how about a fancy restaurant? I blush at the idea of going to a fancy dinner with Ragatha. Can do! Get ready to be transported to a fancy, schmancy restaurant. My bodacious baguettes. Kane waves his cane before Ragatha stops him. But, well, can I get ready first? She gives a pleading look at Principal Kane. Huh? Ragatha gives a nervous smile, a blush on her cheeks as she tucks a strand of hair behind her ear. I'd just like to look nice, you know? I nod, backing her up. Yeah, me too, you know, you know. Alright, you two, I'll give you some time to look presentable for your night out. Just give me a holler when you're ready. Without another word, Kane disappears. Ragatha turns to me excitedly. Wow, we're actually gonna get to go out and dress up and feel, well, kinda normal. She walks ahead of me a bit, excitement quickening her steps. It's been so long since last I've been on a date like this. Her session stops me in my tracks. A date? Oh, well, why didn't you say so? No. Dates are a pretty yummy food. They make you poop a lot. Did I say date? It doesn't have to be a date. I just meant... She fumbles at her words. No, that's okay. It could be a date if you want. I scratch the back of my neck, awkwardly. Oh, okay, then it's a date. It could also be a plum, it could also be a pear, it could also be... But, I don't think I have anything to wear. I only have a bunch of school uniforms Kane gave me. Ragatha perks up, grabbing my hand. I'm sure I can probably find something in my closet for you. Yeah, I'm ashamed of nothing, you know. Matching dresses, let's do it. She excitedly drags me off to the dorms. Ragatha immediately finds a beautiful dress for herself and gets changed in the bathroom. Whoa! Whew! Damn! Aren't you the belle of the ball? Wow! What size are you? Why? I'm trying to see if I have anything you could wear tonight. I mean, I don't know if I could pull that off, but I'll try. What are your measurements? I genuinely do not know. Who knows their measurements off the top of my head, right? I mean, She shakes her head. Haven't you ever gone to a formal event in your life? Yeah, but I've never gone to a formal event with you. I think about it. Ragatha huffs. She lifts my arm up, measuring my shoulders, my arms, my chest. Ooh. Hey. Whatever you do, this show ain't free. She dives into her walk-in closet. She produces a red frilly dress shirt and matching black pinstripe pants. No! Burnsy, it's the only thing I have in your size. I'll go naked before I wear that. Ragatha huffs again. You are not going to this restaurant in your school uniform. I don't want to look like I walked out of an 1800s fashion magazine either. Yo, Dracula called. He's gonna kick my butt if he sees me wearing that thing. And you know he's played by Adam Sandler, right? He always wins in those movies. I don't got anything against Dracula. Are we ready? Bernsey doesn't want to wear the outfit I picked out for them. Kane's jaw drops, and he spends a moment to fix it. Yikes! I don't think anyone would want to wear that kind of outfit. Yo, thank you! But she's right, Bernsey. Your school uniform is a little lacking. He taps his cane against my school uniform and the fabric transforms around me, turning into a perfectly fitted formal wear. Oh, like Cinderella. It's great. My wacky watch is black leather with a golden painted screen. That's nice. Chop shop now, young lovers. We have a studio audience to keep engaged. Oh. Here we are. Oh, well, we're getting seated. I'm gonna check in on you guys. How are y'all doing? Katie, hi, how are you doing? Oh, cake and tea, that's what's up. Yeah, I haven't done the Ragatha play yet either. You know, this is actually my first time, like the longest I've gotten through the game. I ran through the first day once. Thank you very much. Alright, guys, let's get back to the date with Ragatha. You know, if all goes well, then I won't be falling out of one of these windows at the end of it. In front of us, two menus with gilded lettering announce the restaurant's name. La Cochonnerie. As I flip open the menu, I realize every entry is in French. A waiter comes by and places a basket with assorted breads in front of us, as well as a fancy glass bottle with water. He turns to Ragatha. Come-y-goo! Evening, miss and matey. Welcome to our fine dining establishment. He speaks in an accent that's not French. Anything to get you started with today? Another waiter bumps in harshly. I mean, he produces a card from his suit pocket. T'es-vous pers un commandir? He trips over every word. It's like a drunk man from Australia ran over the French language in his Volvo. Honestly, that's just what Cajun French sounds like. Only two front. Here's a little fun fact for you. I grew up speaking English and French. However, I only know the Quebecois French. Oui. Oui. You need to leave you need to little mate. I blush. Ragatha stifles a chuckle. We'll need a minute. He nods, gives us an appreciative nod before leaving us. Mademoiselle, ça va? J'ai pas français. I can order for you if you aren't comfortable. No. But it seems like the kind of lame... Oh wait, I thought this was Ragatha talking. Escargot en stupide? Under the starters. I think I'll get us an appetizer. Okay, Bernsey, that sounds nice. Our waiter comes back, seemingly completely forgetting the French thing again. Have you decided on something to order? Not yet, but let's start with this escargot au stupide. Ragatha's pupils dilate as her face takes on a 1,000-yard stare. Our waiter takes no notice of her and writes my order down. Sounds good, I'll put that in for you, mate. Basically, I see what you're saying here, Spirit. Escargot à stupide. One, that's not a real dish, but escargot is. It's basically, it's snails. Yeah, you're eating snails right out of the shell. It's, like, it doesn't taste as bad as you'd think it is, but also, it's like, poor snails. Poor little snails. Anyway. But Burnsy, Ragatha? Ragatha? Who's speaking here? Me. Okay, are you okay? She shakes her head. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I just had a bad experience with stupid sauce once. And for those of you who are just tuning in, right? There's currently a massive thunderstorm outside my house. It's been getting progressively worse through the night. We've actually had lightning strike a couple times right near where I am. But we're pushing through. We only got like a day and a half in this game left, so why not? Well, I'm sure I was just in a bad headspace or something. She gives me a fake positive smile. I probably should have asked her before I opened it, or before I ordered it, but I really wanted to impress her. I could send it back, but she doesn't let me. Where are you right now that there's a thunderstorm? I'm not comfortable giving out my location. You know, I'm sure y'all are great and wonderful people, but the last thing that I want is, you know, woken up in the middle of the night and be thrown into a van somewhere or something. Be put in a little dark room, having to record what-if scenarios 24/7. No thank you, you know. I'm a very impressionable Burnsy. She scans the menu. Oh, this sounds good. The filet grillo, Béarnaise. Comme ci, comme ça. Enjoy your meat! He disappears mid-phrase, the platter in hand, tumbling forward. The next moment happens in slow motion. The steamed snails fly high, while the dipping sauce slides forward. Yes, that's not really what escargot looks like. There's a lot more snails, but that's sort of how it's set up. It connects with Ragatha's dress, the pink sauce flying across her chest and mouth. Uh-oh. No! She trails off as her pupils dilate to pinpricks, then expand to the size of dinner plates. Her mind has been opened. She seems to have recovered. She turns to me. Burnsy, you're funny. She leans across the table towards me. Hey, whoa. She cuts me off. Ragatha, are you okay? I mean, you just went from 0 to 10 there. You went from stone cold sober as a priest on Sunday to, not knowing your own name, you know. Being in a Walmart parking lot at 3 a.m. declaring yourself queen of the homeless. Are you alright? She flops over, laying on the table. I am super fine. She sounds drunk. How are you, cutie? Hey, you know, you're drunk right now. Anything you say doesn't really count. Not really. That's horrible advice. My thoughts race. This is not a good development. Good? You remember? You remember when you said, and then we? She bursts into laughter as she looks at me. Conmigo, just need to use the bathroom. But yeah, that was so funny. She's slurring her words. I desperately look around for our waiter. He catches my panicked glance. You alright, miss? His eye rises to Ragatha, who is now making a snow angel with the tablecloth. The runner disappeared in the middle of us handing our food and spilled an entire order of stupid sauce onto Ragatha. Our waiter gives me a surprised look. Oi, that's not good. Another member of the waiting staff knows us. Mon Dieu! He claps his hands and Kane appears. Oh la la! Hello! I have been summoned. The lady, she has taken enough of the stupid sauce to tranquilize, the elephant. I think it would be best if the lady were sent back to their dorms. Oh, we were just trying to have fun. She trails off. Ragatha pouts. Kane scratches his chin. Very well, I guess this adventure's a bust. Kane claps his hands and the restaurant disappears around us, leading us back into Ragatha's dorm. My formal wear has been turned into a fine pair of pajamas. Sorry about that, you two, but I just can't have my students making an embarrassment of themselves in public. It reflects poorly on the school, don't you know? He winks at me. Why did he wink at me? Anyways, you two sleep off your decisions, and I hope you learned a valuable lesson about substance abuse. Kane, a waiter spilled the sauce on, and he's gone. Bye. Where's the restaurant? I think she's going to burst into tears, but she bursts into laughter instead. Silly dorm room. Not a restaurant? Chat, do you hear this music? Crazy, awful love of you. But Bernstein, stop singing the song. You're so cute. She comes over to me and wraps me in a sloppy hug. She trips on her way over to me, and I have to hook my arms under her to keep her from falling. So warm. You are very drunk right now, and I will not reciprocate these choices. You need some water, girl. Ragatha. I help her to her feet as she releases her embrace on me. We should get together. I'm flattered, but, again, you're drunk. And go on a date. Wasn't that what we were just doing? But, yeah, I'd like that. Like, go off, I guess. You like me. Now seems as good a time as any to admit it. She won't remember. Yeah, I actually do. I like you a lot. Even though she's slurring her words and barely able to stand, I still blush as I confess my feelings. Well, I think... She leans forward, burying a finger in my chest. I think you're a cutie. She leans too far forward and I catch her again. Let's get you to bed. But where is he? She looks at me, her eyes watering. If I go to bed, you'll have to go away. Yeah, and you're gonna sleep this drunkenness off. She wraps her arms around me. Uh-oh. I don't want you to go away yet. I know. But I don't think you're in a stable headspace right now. What if we have a pajama party? Her mind fits one of the subject to the other, like a honeybee attending flowers. Before I can respond, she grabs a frilly polka dot negligee from her bedside and steps into the bathroom, slamming the door and changing it. Pajama po! Wow. That's, quite the outfit there, Rags. You could sleep there, Bernstein. I step back. This feels kinda weird. Ragatha pouts at my retentions. Bernstein, tell me you want to stay for the pajama party. Should I even do that? If I stay, I can keep an eye on Ragatha, but if I leave, I don't have to deal with whatever this is. What are we doing, chat? I don't know. It's like I'm letting you guys choose this one. And while we do that, let's see. I'm gonna sip a little glass of water here. We have been going for a little over 3 hours now. How are we feeling? What do we want to see? You want to see me keep her company? I'm seeing that. Okay. I really hope this doesn't do anything really weird. I'm kind of iffy about it. Ragatha eagerly pats my mattress. Stay up late and talk about everyone else. Oh, whoa. Uh-oh. Mommy? Mommy? What? Mommy? Do you think Zubu and Gangle like each other? Well, they certainly sit next to each other, so, I mean, whatever. I mean, Goosework said there's no ships. I mean, like each other. What? Maybe? Ragatha giggles, rolling onto her bed until... Boom! She falls off. Thankfully, my mattress catches her. I heard you like somebody. She giggles again. I just told her who I like, but I give her a smile. Yeah, Ragatha, I like you. She smiles, kicking her feet into the air again. I heard someone likes you too. And her name is... She's so close. And she smells so nice. She puts an arm over me. And then... What? Ragatha? She holds out her other hand. Shh, Frenzy. Sleepy time. You were about to tell me... She shushes me again. Sleepy time, we'll talk tomorrow. I guess it's sleepy time, even though I'm anxious to hear what she was about to say. It's all so comforting. I fall asleep minutes later. And that is the end of day 4. This should be the last day, right? How are we feeling, chat? Good? Awesome. Yo, what's up? I wake up in Ragatha's embrace the next day. I'm still dressed in the clothes she gave me yesterday. She smells like fabric softener. I could probably sleep here a little longer. Ragatha wakes with a start. Burnsy! We have to go to the culture festival, she says before doing a double take. Wait, Burnsy? What are you doing here? Did we? I wish. Actually, no, not really. You were drunk. No. She says, her pupils going squiggly. Oh, no, don't abstract. It's okay. We just got some weird sauce spilled on us. We didn't do anything. I made sure of that. Oh, that was really nice of you, Burnsy. I mean, I literally did the bare minimum, but go off. Can you give me some privacy to get changed? I nod. We still gotta go to the culture festival together, right? Definitely. I slowly get up, preparing to leave so Ragatha can change. but she grabs my wrist before I can leave.
And, Burnsy.
She leans in.
Thanks. You're really sweet, and I'm glad we hung out yesterday, even if the stupid sauce messed things up.
I want to say I'm secretly happy. I liked everything she said to me, and I wouldn't change anything about last night, but instead I nod and give her a smile before letting her change. And just like that, we meet outside.
Ready, Burnsy?
She offers a hand. I take it as we walk to school. We walk into the culture festival. This looks like such a... like, just the landscape around us right in here. Like, this space specifically looks like a liminal space, you know? Like, I don't know if any of you guys ever did theater in high school. I did it for 1 year, and then my parents made me stop doing it. But I feel like all high school gyms look like this. You watched one of my shorts and found my live. Hey, well, welcome. I hope you're enjoying it so far. This is the first one I've ever done, so I'm very new to this, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Principal Kane is here to greet us. Ragatha, Burnsy, the stars of the show. Come on, we've been waiting for you two. You have? How can we start the show without our lovely MCs? Come on, take the stage. Start us off. No time like the present.
Oh gosh, Burnsy, are we ready for this?
I take her by the hand, giving it a reassuring squeeze. We're ready. I know it. And if we aren't, I'm sure they'll love it anyway.
Are you sure?
I am. Bro, we ain't lying. Stop.
Well, if you say so.
I nod. Besides, if we do mess up, it's not like they have the script. I mean, it's not like we're in a game or something. Whatever happens up there, I'm here for you. Ragatha nods.
That's right. We can do this.
She squeezes my hand.
Together.
We ascend the stage. Aw, this music is a bop. I try to set up a joke by asking Ragatha a question, but she takes it literally and ends up ruining the punchline. Let's see, a joke. What would be a good joke? Why was 6 afraid of 7? 'Cause 7 ain't 9. Okay. Then why was 10 afraid of 12? Because 10 was right in the middle of 9/11. Okay, we're moving on from that. I can't, nope. Introducing Gangle and Zooble. Without further ado, the Art Club's presentation. We step off the stage and take a breather as Gangle and Zooble show off their art. The audience applauds. I feel like I should clarify the joke earlier was only a joke. No disrespect at all. Zooble has drawn a series of interesting geometric patterns and a few impressionist styles of art for our classmates. Gangle has done a series of anime-style arts, including a few of our classmates themselves, and different pin-up style shots. When she presents the busty picture of Ragatha, My co-host blushes.
Gangle, do I really look like that?
I hear her mutter under her breath. I can't help but stifle a laugh as the audiences applaud the art. It seems like they enjoy it. I mean,
Bernsey, not you too!
I chuckle again. After the art club's presentation concludes, it's time for us to take the stage again.
That was the art club. Give them a hand, folks.
Yeah, they're really talented in their own special ways.
Up next, well, that would be Pomni, who's here to present on what a culture festival is.
No Jax? Honestly, that's more of a release than anything. Well, now there's not any Jax anywhere. R.I.P. You love my channel? Thank you. I don't really know you well enough to become a mod yet, but, hey, just reach out to me and, I'll get in touch. You seem like a really chill person.
Jax regrets not being able to help, but he sends his regards.
Wow, that was like a flashbang right there. We step off the stage as Pomni begins to explain to the gathered crowd the history of culture fairs and why our school chose to do one. Ragatha turns to me.
Well, I was organizing things yesterday. I asked Kane to make sure Jax wouldn't disrupt the culture fair. I didn't want him to just make Jax sit out the whole thing.
So, what did he do? Ragatha scratches her cheek.
I don't know. Kane just said he'd take care of it. But whatever he did, it lets us roam the festival worry-free after this.
More time with Ragatha is always good with me. I mean, I'd say it's pretty good for everyone. Ooh, 3 cents and a half eaten Snickers to become a mod? You might have a deal. Whew. That's like one of those Rick Harrison pawn shop deals right there. It's like, hey, I'll give you the literal Mona Lisa, and in exchange, oh, man, I get $2 and a half eaten chick of gum? Yeah. Yeah, you seem pretty chill. We ascend the stage again and thank everyone for coming. Kane brought out all the foods we asked for and then some. Colorful rice dumplings filled with red bean paste, fish-shaped pastries, and even a ramen stand have been set up. Ragatha and I make the rounds, talking to our classmates. We congratulate Pomni on her presentation.
Thanks, guys. It seems like everyone else enjoyed it too.
We tell Zubul how good their art was. Thanks. People seem to like it too, so that's nice. We even find Gangle, who is surrounded by students asking her if she does commissions.
I don't know. I haven't done a commission in a long time.
Gangle sees us and rushes over.
Bernsey, Ragatha, you guys can tell that I don't normally draw this kind of thing.
Really? Oh, I think I might have to tell him about the figurine thing. Very interesting art of Ragatha.
Bernsey, you didn't have to bring that up.
I chuckle. Come on, guys. Give Gangle some space. She should really get to enjoy the festival. The crowd disperses.
Thanks, Bernsey.
Ragatha and I keep touring the festival. Looking around at all the stalls, we see a familiar face. Kane has made a sort of dunking booth for Jax. Jax looks bored as he sits atop the seat over the water. I guess that's the solution Kane came up with. I have half a mind to go over there and give it a shot, but Ragatha puts her hand on my shoulder.
I wouldn't do that, Burnsy. I pause. Jax has a really long memory about these kinds of things. You wouldn't want to get in a prank war with him. Long memory, huh? You know, I wonder if he remembers a certain incident regarding a frog. Okay, Jax, I'll step off. Never mind. The platform flips over, and he is drenched. He climbs back onto the platform, every movement stifled with the hate of 1,000 suns. When I get out of here, you're gonna wish that you were never born! I shudder, deferring to Ragatha's wisdom as I leave Jax in the dunk tank alone. She has been here longer than me. I take her word for it. We keep touring the festival until eventually I find a quiet corner for us to talk alone. So, Ragatha. This is bad. I'm already sweating. What's up, Burnsy? About, last night. What about last night? Well, I know you were on the stupid sauce, and I know it was kind of late, and she shifts, she doesn't look away. But I told you that I like you, and I trail off. Well, you never told me you feel the same way. Burnsy, she says, stuttering. That is, oh gosh, maybe I should just... She leans forward. Oh, Chad, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. Woo! We got it! Rizgatha! Wow. Oh. Oh. We linger together for a few seconds before she slowly pulls back. That's it, folks. We've done it. Yeah, that answers my question pretty good. My heart's beating 1,000,000 miles a minute. I can hear it in my ears and I barely managed to stum out. Yeah. She kisses me again. Good. When you first came here, I didn't know what to think of you. I've tried to build a good relationship with everyone else too, but I don't know. There's just something special about you, you know. You're special to me too, and to my chat and everyone else. You reached out to me and you gave all of us a tour, and you invited us to your softball practice and let us do all this. The favorite spot in the school. Everything. Oh, yeah, you mean a lot to me too. You mean a lot. You mean a lot. Can I have another kiss? Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. Me and everyone else are meeting after the Culture Festival to set off some fireworks. You know, celebrate another surviving one of Kane's adventures. Would you like to go? As my partner? I mean, you don't gotta ask me twice, alright. Yeah, I can't wait to go. That's it! We did it! What are we thinking so far? Confirmed ship? I mean, hey. I wouldn't be mad if somebody made fan art. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure it's tasteful. Ooh. Akata. For me, I actually have one of those. It's hanging up right here in my closet. And if you weren't here earlier in the stream, I'm recording this inside of my closet. So, yeah, I don't have a studio or anything. This is all I got. It has a note. I can only guess who this might be from. Dear Burnsy, congratulations on your success with our resident ragdoll, Ragatha. Try saying that 5 times fast. I would, but this stream has been going on too long. You made the impact of on our little school, so to commemorate that, I want to give you this. The Fireworks Ukata. It adds +3 to your defense stat. Well, Kane's just as weird as ever, but I don't want to be the only one out of fashion, so yeah, might as well, yeah, I'll take it, wear it. Green's not really my color, but alright. Aww. She looks adorable. Perfect. Her blush deepens as she takes my hand. Flurries of cherry blossoms go up all around us, even in the late autumn breeze. When we get to the rooftop, everyone else is waiting. Glad you guys showed up. You look great. So do you. Wait, Pomni, where'd you go? They look pretty good, too. Oh, I like the little, the flowers in Gangle's hair. That's nice. We look pretty cool together. Thank you, Zooble. Zooble! Just saying. We spend time with our classmates, talking about the Culture Fest, joking with friends. I almost forgot about the fireworks until Mr. Kinger joins us. Oh, hi everybody. I bought the fireworks. Remember, you should always have a trusted adult to light these. I would not trust you lighting shit. Just being completely honest. And never buy any fireworks that are illegal in your state. He winks at us. Now, let's give light to these puppies. The fireworks go off, but I only have eyes for Ragatha. Her eyes go wide as the fireworks explode into various colors. I almost forgot how pretty they are, she says, almost breathless. We stay there for a while, watching the fireworks. Wow! What a beautiful scene. Again, props to the artist. Burnsy, she turns to me. It's been a long time since I was this close to someone. But if I could share this moment with anyone at all, well, I'm really glad it's you. We kiss one last time as the last firework explodes with a brilliant finale. Ragatha and I spend a lot more time together in school. With time, more and more of my memories returned. We still haven't found a way out of the school yet, or back to our lives before. But we promise to stay together, no matter what happens. Finn. And that's it. That was the amazing digital dating simulator 10,000 subscriber special. Wow. That was a great game. There was drama, romance, getting drunk, making some bad choices, making some good choices, getting physically assaulted. I'm talking about the baseball scene. I can't with words right now. But let me know if you guys want to see any more of these in the future. I'd definitely be willing to do them, hopefully when there isn't a thunderstorm out and when I can get some better equipment. I want to say again, thank you to all of you guys, really. You are the reason I create. You're the reason I keep going and making these videos. I've gotten so much inspiration from you. I feel like you all have given me far more than I could ever hope to give to you. And I can't wait for you guys to see what we have coming up next. We're working on part 3 of the Amazing Swap Circus, and the art is coming along beautifully.
The voice actors, right now, they're in the process of being cast, but I cannot wait for you to hear them. You all are so lovely, and again, I just thank you for being you. You know what? It's getting pretty late in the night, and I'm quite tired. I'm gonna be saying goodnight now, and yeah, I hope you all have a good one. Okay? Peace.